Dun, dun, dun. Are we live? Let's check. I think so. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? We're back. For Magic Monday. There we go. Yeah, we're good. We are golden. We was just gonna catch up on a lot of stuff we missed this weekend. So hope everybody's doing well for Magic Monday, Mad Side Monday. Let's hear what Mr. Gable Stevenson has to say.
Match. A lot of times the thing that holds them up is leg locks. Like that's the thing where they can often lose or get trapped or anything like that. You've been training or you've trained in the past with Gordon. You know Craig's a heavy leg locker. So I'm just wondering, did Gordon show you any leg lock secrets or anything, or have you kind of been diving into the leg lock game at all? What's that been like exploring that for you?
Yeah, you got to watch out for them legs. Like we talked about in the first thing, they sit on their butt and they're sneaky with it. And Craig is really intellectually smart with grappling. So to be able to know his mind and see where he's going to go and kind of pinpoint when it is coming and when it's not coming is going to be the thing of that match. And I know he's going to look for it, whether it's the first period, second period, the third period, or the last 10 seconds. Just got to be ready for it. But Gordon did show me the way, and I'm still learning now. And I'm gonna, when it comes, I'll be ready to defend like I've done with every other move on earth.
Definitely. And then another thing about this rule set specifically that I think this then switches it back over to be advantageous for the wrestler is 3 5-minute rounds. A lot of times jiu-jitsu guys need a long time, like unbroken, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, to kind of just keep getting their game going and finally, set up those traps and all of that. But 3 5-minute rounds, that's more familiar with like the style you're used to, right? Like breaking it up and all that. So what do you think about this rules? Do you think that's going to be an advantage for you in this one?
Yeah, I think it favors me because when that time comes, I know they do 15-minute goes and normal jiu-jitsu match, but 3 5-minute rounds is going to favor me heavy because you have a limited amount of time to try to capture someone as big as me. And being Craig, I believe he's 200 pounds, maybe soaking wet. It's kind of hard to dictate how many he's going to show up at. So you got to keep a guy like me on the ground and keep a guy like me off of you also. So it's going to be tough for him to grab that 15-minute long go and put it into 5 minutes and really think he can take care of what he can take care of.
So yeah, Gable Stevenson is not going to win. There's no way. No way. Oh, yeah, I forgot there was some boxers. Josiah, is that you over there? Josiah in the comments. He in the chat room. Craig winning by heel hook. Craig can do some crazy stuff. I could see a buggy choke or something weird. Octopus guard type deal. He can do whatever he wants. Josiah, I see you everywhere, bro. Are you behind me? Let me check. Josiah? He's not there. He says, Josiah, he over here said he's not prepared. Craig beating him by heel hook. Should be entertaining. Someone says I train with our dealer bros all through the week. See a bunch of leg locks. Training for 8 years, and Craig would still cook my legs in 2 minutes. Yeah. Gable, he's got to engage. If he runs away for, all the periods, that might be kind of tough. But he's got to engage. He can't just back away and run away. He's got to. What tools? He doesn't have any tools to win. All he can do is just stave off Craig Jones for as long as possible. But how's that possible? I always see wrestlers step up to take on jiu-jitsu guys on their turf, but never see the jiu-jitsu guys step out to wrestle. Gordon did that versus Bo Nickel. Well, wrestling needs to set up. They don't set up the events for that. We got more spectacle in jiu-jitsu, but wrestling is more serious. Now, if the wrestlers set up their own CJI they got who's number one and Flow Night of Wrestling, but they don't put the jiu-jitsu guys out there. I'm sure Lovato would go out there and wrestle. Cyborg maybe. What's the Brazilian kid that just won BJJ Stars? Yuri Simoes. I'm sure the Tackets and the Rotulos will be out there wrestling. Cody Steele, Andy Varela, Canuto. Joseph Chin might get out there too. So if they made the event, people will come. If they make it, the athletes, jiu-jitsu athletes will show up. But they haven't done that, so that's why we don't show up over there. Sorry, had to move the camera a little bit. Yeah, there's no way Gable can win. It's not possible. Just not possible. How? Josiah, what's up, man? If you guys just joining us, it's Matt Side Monday. Voice a little beat up today. We got my man Mark Coleman over here looking good for his age. He's still out here. He's still out here training. He trained more than you guys. He says, feeling good today. I like the results of my hard work. I don't trade for size. I guess you mean train. I train for endurance. But I think I'm growing, especially my legs. Yeah, keep working on those legs. As you get older, those legs tend to dwindle. Look at him, man. Not terrible.
Sunday night hot works. Getting it in. Oh, get light on the boards. Not bad for a skinny chicken leggy. Man, so screw cover that. Now says lieutenant. Hello for life.
That man flexing at 60.
What's up, everybody?
I had a dream of Gianni won EBI. Well, it was definitely a dream. Look at Mark Coleman in his prime over here versus now. That's just wild. So yeah, guys, keep training. Keep your fitness up. I mean, he was a monster back then. I mean, he had some help back in those days, but he was still a monster. The Hammer. Those are the good old days, man. We got Valentinka. If you guys don't know Valentinka, he's the coach to Amit, Helen, and my man Chamizo. I don't know if he's from Bulgaria or Georgia, somewhere. He's from one of those places. So he's going to share us the Russian secrets, the Soviet secrets.
Experience, world championships and Olympics, like what I see from my own experience, if I would put number one, it's ability to overcome difficulties. I mean, people probably think about toughness and so on, aggressiveness, but again, it's ability to become difficulties during the training, during the cutting weight, during the match, when you lose a match, when you lost match and wrestle next match, when you lost tournament, and Helen case, when she lost 2012, she didn't make Olympics, and she came back and she won 2016. Things like that separate great athlete from the athlete. My experience, world championships.
There you go. He says overcoming difficulties. Nowadays you guys want everything handed to you on the platter. You don't want to train hard. You guys want the ecological. You want the quickest, most efficient, least difficult pathway to win. You guys don't want to sweat. Moneyberg don't want to sweat. You guys don't want to cry. You don't want to bleed. You don't want to do anything you don't want to do. You don't want to warm up. You don't want to drill. You don't want to roll hard. And then people want to become champions. So that ain't possible, man. Ain't possible. Some of you guys don't want to train and want to be Gianni Grippo. and got a lot of sporting news. Sorry, my voice is gone. Says To access all national and regional televised NFL games, fans will need subscriptions to the following platforms: ESPN, $29.99, Amazon Prime, $14.99, Peacock, $11.99, Paramount, $11.99, Fox One, $19.99, Netflix, $22.99, NFL Sunday Ticket, one time, $4.80. So approximately $1,171 to watch all the NFL games. So this is the future of the sports. We're going to see a little bit later what's going on with the UFC. Someone in the comments says, I'm old enough to remember when all you needed was CBS, NBC, and Fox. So, everybody wants a piece of the pie. So ESPN, Amazon, Peacock, Paramount, Fox, Netflix, they want all your money over here. Josiah said you're going to beat Gianni Grippo. And, yeah, we'll see, man. I'm waiting. I'm kind of tired of waiting, bro. I want to see the match. Let's get the match started, bro. We got Dara O'Connell. You guys we got a couple guys over here that train with Dara, or did. So he says, I think it's super important to have some balance and find fun and enjoyment in other things. Who would have guessed? You guys need balance. I keep telling you the balance. I've seen countless people over the years burn out on jiu-jitsu when they go full time. Lately, for me, becoming a dad has given me such a gigantic perspective shift on what really matters in life. Sometimes having things outside of the mats can help us enjoy even more our time while on them. Life is not that long, man. So enjoy yourselves. Eat a little bit of cake, work out hard, train hard. Play the piano, play the guitar. Do whatever you can do. JH says, "Wow, that guy has a lot of talent." I mean, a lot of people. Well, some of us ain't got too much talent, but just find things you enjoy. You don't have to be talented in your hobbies. This says, excuse me. I hope so. Does Gianni even know who you are, bro? Maybe he does. It says, do jiu-jitsu professors giving a speech at the end of class? Okay, yeah, jiu-jitsu. I don't do speeches anymore. I used to do speeches, but now I don't. I just, all right, guys, good work. Let's go. Shake hands. I get out of there.
Everybody, sit down. Okay, today we do a lot of half guard, full guard. Some of you guys do good roll against submit finalization. Very good. But you have to remember, if you're gonna do like that, you have to know there's a risk. You can't, in Portuguese you say, the bird who eats stones know the asshole it have. Look at that one up. Look at that one. Good one. You understand what I'm gonna say. Also, guys, some of you guys try to do submission, you can't do it because your body don't build like that. And listen, Deus não dá asa à cobra. God don't give snake wings. Because if he give, fly snake, aí não dá, velho. That's too much, porra. So, remember that one. Okay, guys. Everybody.
I do miss the old speeches, the old Brazilian instructor giving you the speech. The dudes nowadays, guys like Craig Jones, Nicky Rod, Gordon, they can't give you no speech. What they gonna give you a speech about? What? They can't even, they don't deserve to give you a speech. But I really think, if you have a school, you need to be like 30, maybe 40 plus years old. You need to have some life experience. Even if say you had a 20-year-old coach that was really great, I just don't think they have enough life experience. They, haven't lived enough life, I think, to be out there coaching really. Running a full team, they can teach a little bit, but they shouldn't be the head instructor. And I think, a lot of us didn't have the best experiences with those older coaches, but I think there's a lot of things we could learn from them, a lot of what not to do. But I think you need that. You need experience. You need a coach that's not competing. You need a coach that is focused on the athletes and the students. You need a coach that is mature. You need a coach that has reasoning. You need a coach that is not living a double standard, living a double life over there. You need a coach that's not preying on the students. You need a coach that's focused on the business. And it's going to be hard to find that in a young person. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you want the young guys to get everything out, get all the competition, all the craziness. You want them to get that out of the way before. But that was good. That was a good one. Kevon, what can Kevon give a speech on? And I like Kevon. I kinda. What Kevon giving a speech on? Not everybody. Let me stop. I might say something. You guys gonna have Kevon coming after me. We got another post that says Dana White has just announced that starting in 2026, the UFC will no longer follow the pay-per-view model. I can tell you that this means the fighters ain't gonna make any money. This is very similar. Remember in the UFC, they used to have the sponsorship. Athletes could get sponsored, have their own sponsors, and then UFC went to a single sponsor. Reebok and whoever else. I don't know who else is around. I think it's Venom now. So once they do that singular deal, all the money to the athletes, all the sponsorship money, it basically dwindled. And then they can control everything from that. Okay, Gianni can give a speech for sure, yeah. But once the UFC gets rid of that pay-per-view model, those pay-per-view points, that was one way for the champions to really make some money. But once they get rid of that, UFC is going to get the bulk of all the money. They're going to get the $1.2, $1.4 billion deal. And I assure you, they're not going to give the athletes a percentage of that. The UFC is like, as far as, the breakdown of the percent they give to athletes, is like the lowest one in professional sports. So, I'm seeing the writing on the wall. I can see the writing on the wall. Athletes are going to get paid even less. You're not going to have any more superstars. There's going to be less money for the top people. There's going to be less money for everybody overall. You're going to have more people in the working class fighters. You're going to have more working class fighters. No more rich balling fighters. You're going to get that 10 and 10 deal, and you're going to be happy with it. So I can already see the writing on the wall. You guys are going to defend the UFC. The Tacket's going to defend UFC. Mikey's going to defend the UFC. Knowing full well that none of these fighters are going to see any real money. They're not going to be able to retire if they have any health scares or anything, mental health scares. They're not going to have any support. Yeah, that's just the way it is. I sound terrible, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to me. Let me zoom in a little bit on this one. What is that? Is that the same thing? I might come down for that a little bit later. Robert Thompson, what's up, man? Happy Magic Monday. Says the UFC is leading the way in keeping fighters broke. Yeah, that's their goal. I mean, they make sure they don't stay broke. Dana White's net worth is like $500 million. You can't name one single fighter with $500 million. You can't. I don't think all the fighters put together got $500 million. And throw Conor in there too. He probably ain't. Even with him, they probably ain't made $500 million. They made billions of dollars, but they don't have $500 million in net worth. Your average UFC fighter probably, I don't even know if they have $100,000, and they're over there getting CTE and dying on the mat. Dana White says this historic deal with Paramount and CBS is incredible for UFC fans and our athletes. For the first time ever, fans in the US will have access to all UFC content without a pay-per-view model. Less money to the athletes, making it more affordable and accessible to view the greatest fights on a massive platform. This deal puts UFC amongst the biggest sports in the world. The exposure provided by the Paramount and CBS networks under this new structure is a huge win for our athletes. It's a huge Dana White lying out of his teeth. And and anyone who watches and loves the sport. So I think the UFC's dying. They basically, venture capitalists got all the, took all the profit out of it, and now they're gonna have the athletes on a shoestring budget. And then all they need to do is, if they're not doing pay-per-view, they don't need to do their shows in Brazil. They don't need to do the show, and they don't need the travel to do those shows. What I would do to save as much money, just do all the events at performance institutes. And now, I think they have a performance institute in Mexico and China. I'm not sure if they have one in Brazil. They don't even need to pay for the venue. They already got that. Just do it in a little basement. Like me, like I'm filming in the basement. They should just do their. They got 2 camera guys, bro. They about to go bare bones. 2 camera guys. They ain't got no real, like, what's the word? Journalists. They got some social media girls that Nina Marie, put her on the camera, pay her some coins. And then they don't be marketing nothing. They be filming everything on the phone. No microphone. No editing. They scamming all of us, bro. They scamming all of us. Scamming all of you. I don't watch UFC anymore. But yeah, I can see them lowering all their operation costs. I mean, they ain't paying athletes no more. They ain't got to pay no athlete over $1 million ever again. They ain't watching with a pen and paper as you speak. Yeah. You're going to just make the performance institutes, having that real estate. That means they care more about their real estate than they do their athletes. Just do all the shows in the they might as well. Yeah, I guess they could do everything in the basement. They got a little. I'm sure they got the bowl down in the basement, and they got the octagon in the basement. Yeah, pay the social media girls, pay them to do all the whatever little promo. Have the fighters do a lot of the promo themselves. The fighters got to sit there. Yo, guys, check out UFC 3, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be fighting. Get your tickets. They don't even care about tickets anymore. There's no more pay-per-view. What incentive do they do? What incentive do they have to travel around and do different shows? They don't really. Pay-per-view, they got all the money. The money, CBS going to give them all the money. CBS and Paramount going to give them all the money. Why they don't have to do no more shows. They don't have to put no more investment into the shows. What's up, Jason? Happy Mad Side Monday. He says, hopefully they will have higher quality cards now. How? They ain't paying nobody. They ain't paying nobody. I assure you, they gotta have a certain number of events. They might need to have more events now. So they're gonna, if anything, they're gonna water down the product. When venture capitalists buy a company, they're gonna do some stuff to that company. He says, I hope they have higher quality cards. I doubt it. They had way too many horrible fight nights cards because they had other networks contracts to please. I don't have faith in the UFC. If anything, the quality of fighters, the high quality fighters they just gonna like, screw this. I ain't gonna fight no more. If you're Israel Adesanya or somebody, why would you're not getting pay-per-view points? Why would you go into fighting then? You might as well get a regular career, guys, and just leave fighting. It's going to become a working class. You're just going to have working class fighters from now on. You're not going to have anybody that really stands out. You're going to have some tough guys that scrape by. I mean, they're already scraping by. But what's the incentive to do well, Jason Whitfield? I mean, I guess you could suck up to Daddy Dana and hope you get a couple dollars that way. But I mean, you're not getting pay-per-view points no more. They're not going to give you no money percentage on their deal, their CBS deal. Nah, you guys going to get 10% of that $1 billion. What's that? $100 million split 1,000 ways. I think that's still $100,000, right? No, I don't know. Either way, I don't think that's a good sign. I think any fighter that was really good, I think they're just gonna be like, well, I'm gonna go back to jiu-jitsu, or I'm gonna go back to wrestling. I'm gonna go back to MMA or striking or Muay Thai, or I'm gonna get a regular job. You might as well get a regular job at that point. At least you get some benefits. You ain't got no sponsors in the UFC, no pay-per-view points in the UFC. What's the point? You might as well go to boxing. Go ahead and risk your life boxing. So it says, not sure why there are people upset in the comments. Would you rather pay $80 per event? Yeah, but some of that $80 was going to the athletes. Now you're paying it's good for the viewer, paying $11.99 a month. That's awesome for us. The fighter, he ain't getting nothing. It says, not sure if it has to deal with the fighter's pay. Like, they usually get a percentage from pay-per-view. I don't know how it will be now. They're not going to get anything. Only champions get pay-per-view points. Well, nobody's getting pay-per-view points. He says, I'd imagine it would be a direct reflection of the amount of people that watch. Higher viewership means higher sponsorship. I don't know. Weren't the UFC's views down? Didn't we cover that story? The UFC's year over year, like their viewership is down. And you think you're gonna get more money? No, you not. Well, I'm sorry, we didn't meet our quota, so no bonus points for the fighters. UFC probably do that on purpose. They don't want their fighters getting more money. It says, well, usually people would only be paying for pay-per-view, so that's a one-time payment. If you go to a streaming platform that people pay monthly for, that could be even more money going to the. Come on, man, let's be honest here. Says the agreement will give Paramount access to the full slate of UFC's 30 fight nights, along with 13 of the sport's biggest events. All of the fights will be available on Paramount Plus streaming app, and some marquee matches will also be broadcast on CBS, which Paramount owns. Doesn't say anything. Says no, it certainly is much less month. Annual Paramount is $120. I'm trying to see if there's any numbers on here. I don't see anything. You guys know I'm right. Come on. Says this is huge. No more pay-per-views. This is what WWE is on, and now it's UFC instead. Huge play, Dana. This gives me hope as a IFC fan. Well, some of the other this actually might open up a chance for some of the smaller events. If they do continue with the pay-per-view model. I mean, what's that? Jake Paul, his show is pay-per-view, right? They don't have a streaming deal, although they did have a streaming deal for the Tyson fight. We'll see, but the UFC fighters ain't making as much as Tyson or Jake Paul. Jake Paul make more money than all the UFC fighters. Isn't that sad? People that dedicated their lives to fighting make less than this dude that just does it for fun. It says the UFC just inked a $7.7 billion media rights deal with CBS and Paramount. The fighters they ain't seen none of that billion. That's crazy. None of them fighters gonna see $1 billion. That's wild. I mean, as a whole, the fighters ain't gonna get $1 billion. Says the fight game just went mainstream. This is history. And he says, yeah, and each fighter gets $7. Says they'll get $10, $15. I'm hoping the fighters get some money. They're not going to make any money off that deal, the fighters. Some of that money is going to go to pay off some of their other lawsuits. They're not going to give the money to the fighters. Can Jason Whitfield come on here and defend the UFC? Come on here and defend the UFC. Where's Quan at? Them fighters ain't going to see none of that billion, 7.7 billion. They're not. I mean, the fighters don't have ownership in the UFC. They're contractors. they about to get shafted too. I hope to see fighters get paid more. Nope. They are paid correctly. Other sports overpay their athletes to play schoolyard games. They are paid correctly. I mean, schoolyard games doesn't usually involve developing lifelong chronic conditions like CTE and traumatic brain injuries that impair thinking for years down the road. I'd agree with you if you were talking about professional cornhole or something, but I think you are alone on this one. It says, nope, overpaid, and most of the world feels that way. You are the minority here. Athletes in other sports are paid closer to what they're worth. They wouldn't be paid that much money if they didn't bring that much value to the company. Well, I mean, UFC, all the fighters, that's UFC fighting. You need fighters. So whenever people like diehard UFC people, I'm like, but man, the fighters don't make anything. You know, the only time fighters make money is when they got pay-per-view points. But most fighters never get pay-per-view points, and now they never will. So, where's Quan at to defend all this? If you guys didn't know, Quan's cousin is in the UFC, but he's not gonna see any part of that money. I'm over here advocating more than Quan is. Where's Quan at? Quan would follow the status quo, and his cousin over here, you know, fighting for his life. He's not gonna see any part of that $7.7 billion. None of the fighters have. Whenever they did those big deals to TKO and Endeavor or whoever, the fighters never saw any money. You got fighters begging on social media for help from Dana White. He never helps them, usually. All right, I'm warmed up. Got my rant out of the way. Says, point of view, not all heroes wear capes. Clean mats equal keeping everyone safe. So make sure you're cleaning your mats, people. I don't know if he has music, but we'll see. I ain't playing that. I'll play it, but I won't play the music. So yeah, spray down your mats, wipe them down, vacuum them, and you need to do this at least once a day. And ideally, if you could do that per class, that would be even better. You know, of course, let the mats dry. And you can't do it if you got class back to back, but say you got a noon class, clean the mats, night class, clean the mat. You know, at the end of all your series of classes, you should be cleaning those mats. Spray down the walls. Spray down the walls too, guys. Don't forget about that. Spray the walls down. Clean the pads. Clean everything people touch. Clean the workout gear, the workout exercise gear. This is how to deal with pre-competition anxiety in jiu-jitsu. So everybody has anxiety. I think Joseph Chin is. I think Joseph Chin has talked a lot about it. Says, understand it's normal. Even black belts feel it. Anxiety means you care, but don't let it control you. The goal isn't to eliminate it, but to manage it. Breathe before it builds. Use this simple breathing drill. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale through the mouth for 6 to 8 seconds. Repeat 5 times. This calms your nervous system fast. Stick to your routine. Keep comp day as close to a normal training day as possible. Sometimes that's not possible. Sometimes you're going to be running late. Your bracket's going early. Bracket gets pushed back. Give me 1 second, everybody. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Can you guys still hear me? It says hopefully they will have higher quality. Oh, well, you said that already. Visualize success. Visualize success. Visualization is important. Can you guys still hear me? Let me know if you guys can still hear me. Let's see. Hopefully I'm good. Visualize success. Close your eyes and see yourself performing well, hitting your takedown, passing, escaping bad positions. Your brain can't tell the difference between imagined and real success. Use that. I'm trying to make sure I can hear myself. Limit the crowd in your head. Don't worry who's watching, who's recording, what belt they are. If you're training in one opponent, it's you, you're training in one opponent. Actually, it's you, you're training one opponent and the referee. Don't forget about the referee out there. I always remind myself that I got to fight the referee. I got to fight the coach, the other guy's coach. I got to fight the referee, the coach, the other guy's coach, the opponent. And sometimes you got to fight your own coach. Your own coach be out there setting you up. So be prepared. Don't worry who's watching, who's recording, what belt they are. It's you. Yeah. And if somebody, whenever Lucas Lepre gave me really good advice. If you're competing and people coming up to you, be like, hey, man, I'm focusing right now. I'm sorry. Can't talk. Because some athletes will do that to get into your head. Shout out to AJ Agazarm. He'll go there and kind of, he'll distract you. Anchor yourself in the moment. When the match starts, pick one of these mental cues. Grip and move. Head low, pressure forward. Breathe and adjust. Simple commands keep you out of your head and into your game. Reframe the fear. You're not afraid to compete. You're excited to test your nerves. Nerves equal energy. Channel it. Accept imperfection. No match goes perfectly. You might mess up. That's okay. What matters is you showed up. You gave your best. You're better than you were before. Most of all, have fun. That is true. For local events, I think if you're a black belt competing, it's a little bit different. You might have there's more stakes involved. More, I wouldn't say pride, but you want to do well. So it might be a little bit different for athletes. If you're just getting out there for fun, yeah, cool, awesome. But if you're going out there to actually do some damage, it is a little bit different. And I think we tell ourselves a little bit some other stuff. Trying to get your best performance is a little bit different than I think how the average person is trying to go out there and have fun. Because I'm still having fun, but I'm trying to go out there and do some work, So it can be a little bit different for the black belt adults. Even some of the Masters divisions, Masters 1 and Masters 2. You going out there, it's like I'm trying to get this done. So at a certain point, it's kind of crazy because this is one thought process. Like, I'm gonna go have fun, blah blah blah, and enjoy myself. But other times you gotta be like, I'm going out there to kill. I need to go out there and kill. I'm trying to do some work. I'm trying to get some results. And it is a little bit different when you're out, if you're out there at like World Championship or something. I ain't out here to have fun. Nah, I'm out here to get it done, So it is a little bit different. There's a little bit different advice I would give to high level athletes. But all this stuff is really good, All this stuff is good. And shoot, a lot of times everything goes wrong. That's when you really get tested, when everything goes wrong. You get in a car accident on the way to the tournament. Your gi rips. You got injured earlier in an earlier match. You didn't eat nothing. You don't have no water. Your coach ain't there. All that stuff happened to me. All that stuff has happened to me. And you just got to persevere, man. You just got to accept it. Accept everything going on in that moment. And I like the tournament because you just got to accept the results. You can't lie to yourself, man. I should have won that. Some people can, but it's like the results were out there. Either you did well or you didn't, or you got screwed. We got the bullpen live. You guys know our guys, Raph, at the Grappling Podcast. What does he got to say? Let's see what he's got to say.
Having a moment like that was really, really unfortunate. But it does say a truck ran a stop sign before crashing into the studio. But here's the unsurprising part. Even after dealing with the crash less than 24 hours ago at time of press writing, the Calterra Academy was open for training on Monday. So
wow.
even though there is a giant hole in the academy, that is how about business they are. They go, sorry, guys, I think you thought you were getting this day off, but we got drills to do. So y'all better be back here ASAP.
Guys, we got to train, man. Even I would still be training. Probably train later that day. Clean up the mat. Get that glass off the mat and the wood and the brick. Put a tarp on that. Put something on. Well, we got ventilation now. You don't have to worry about overheating. All right, guys, class about to start. You guys late? Workers crunch this. Gianni's washed up. Nah, he's still good. He just been doing too much ecological. I think he needs to. I'm not sure what other team he could go. Well, I don't think he can train with the Meow Bros. Maybe if he went to Unity. I think if he went to Unity and train with Junie, I think that. Oh, why does he do that? He should go to Unity. I'm sorry. I would be like, all right, break up with Kevon and go to Unity because you got Junie over there, and Junie's like the most underappreciated athlete out here. You know, he's like super creative. Came up with a ton of cool techniques. But I think Gianni. I think the only person in New York, or he could go to JT. I think Gianni need to leave Kevon and go to Unity or JT's. Or I think those are the two biggest moves he can make. Yeah, what he needs to go train with Junie. That way he'll get his leg lock game up. He's got a training partner that's still good, still active, and that's really hungry. They can help each other out. Whereas I don't know if Kevon can really help Gianni out that much. I mean, skill wise, he just really can't. Most places skill wise aren't going to help him, but I think Junie, maybe having Murillo's like a very experienced coach. I think maybe that would help him too. I have a tournament end of this month. Haven't trained since I tore my meniscus again in May. Enter the Matrix. Well, make sure your cardio's up. You guys. He hasn't won a match. What are you talking about? Johnny just won something the other day. Something local. Kevon is less experienced than Gianni. I mean, Gianni's got more experience than most American grapplers. You know, he's won Pans, he's won Nogi Pans, Nogi Worlds, he's won World Pro. He's won a ton of stuff. We got Jax Forrest now.
But I don't lift to put on size, so I might get real big. I could get to a 65, maybe even a 74.
What's the highest weight that you feel that you can grow into in college?
My dad's 6 foot, so I think it all depends on if I get taller. If I stay the same height, I don't see me getting above, like at max, like a 57. But if I could grow another inch, 2 inches, maybe even 3 inches, I could get to a 65, maybe even a 74, depending on just how tall I get. But if we stop with the fantasies and think about realistically, with me not getting much taller, I mean, maybe 49, 57, I think, but that'd be the biggest. I'm real big into freestyle and trying to make world teams. So like 41, I feel like is a good like sweet spot for me where I can still go 65. Or like I'll be feeling good. I still got a lot of years, so I mean we're thinking 4 years from now. Who knows how big I could get? I mean I lift, but I don't lift to put on size. So
all these kids are still in high school, so we don't know what size they're gonna get to. You know, when they get to college, they're gonna get a lot bigger. I believe David Taylor was like 135, 137 in high school, and then college. You know, he grew. Now he does like 186 or whatever it is, 86 kg. Whatever that is in pounds, I don't know. You guys love Gianni, bro. Maybe one day we'll get Gianni on here. I might have to block you guys from commenting, though. You just have to watch. We got RV. If you guys know him, he's the guy behind Albino and Preto. It says, happy Sunday. Gave the discontinued fuel sending unit some love today. Oh, he over here cleaning up his car.
Sprayed down the back, cleaned up the grease, went to Ace Hardware, got some stainless steel screws for the fuel cover, replaced those throughout the old ones, started up the rig, and guess what? Fuel gauge still not working properly. Cleaning up discontinued fuel sending unit, got some simple green, and sprayed down the...
What kind of car is that? Did one of you guys message me? I saw some message on my Instagram. Sorry if I didn't see it, guys. I've been busy. Who's number one? Who's number 130 loading up? There can only be one. When is this? I have no idea. Anna Vieta shares why she'll never compete at IBJJF Worlds again. It's been a common story. He said go play pickleball. We'll get to this story. If you guys don't know Anna Vieta, she's the sister to Rodolfo Vieta, who just won his match in the UFC. She had a really bad experience in she was fighting at Worlds one time. So I think we'll look at that story a little bit later, but it was pretty bad. We got Tom DeBlas. He says, I want to give a huge thank you to the jiu-jitsu students who show up time and time again, yet rarely get the recognition they deserve. Maybe you do not compete, or maybe you compete and fall short more often than you would like. Your professor may not always notice you in class, and your teammates may not include you in their circle, but still, you keep showing up, even when you feel invisible. You matter. You are needed. One day, you will receive the recognition you have earned. You have my word. It will pay off. If you're doing jiu-jitsu to get recognition, you in the wrong sport. If you're doing wrestling to get recognition, you in the wrong sport. If you're doing judo to get recognition, you in the wrong sport. I mean, yeah, any sport, really. All right, guys, calm down. Calm down over here. I'm going to put you guys in timeout over here. All right, you guys go in timeout. Both of you guys going to timeout. You guys both getting put in timeout. You guys both getting put in timeout. I don't know if you guys are the same person or not. You both getting put in timeout. You guys both in timeout. DCE, Daniel Cormier, guys, new academy. He says, go and give the team a follow. We are so excited to launch our team and follow the journey of some of these great young athletes from beginning to end. We're pleased to be partnering with so many great teams to help make dreams into reality. So he's got a new team coming through. I believe it's the MMA Academy. They're going to have the striking, the grappling, and, of course, the wrestling. So pretty cool to see. You know, all the wrestlers tend to give back. And where the jiu-jitsu people were at their schools, they don't make a school, but they not invested in the school. But the wrestlers always give back. You got Craig Jones.
Our next athlete might be 66 in the pit, but he's 99 when it comes time to hit. I'm talking about Fabricio Andre. He's representing Team Australia under Lachlan Giles, and he's lifted our average girth of the nation by at least 12%. He's one of the most exciting grapplers out there today. At 66 kilos, he's jacked. I don't know what he's taken, but I want it. He's beaten the current 80cc 88 kilo champion.
Yo, listen, Marley, you can fuck off too then, bro. Get out of here. Yeah, the stream, it's okay, bro. We don't need you. We don't need you. You don't need to be on here, bro. You don't need to be on here. You think I need you, bro? I don't care how many accounts you got. I don't care how many accounts you got, bro. Bro, listen. Listen. Bro, listen. I like everybody, bro, but listen, you don't control this stream. You don't control the stream, bro. I appreciate having you on the stream, you and all your different personalities, but listen, bro, this is this family show. Basically. But listen, man, I enjoy doing this show, so I don't care if there's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. It's okay. Listen, we're going to be respectful to everybody. We're not going to sit here and argue in the chat room. We're not going to go crazy. We're trying to learn about jiu-jitsu. We're professional, you know. So sit in timeout, bro. And, you know, if you want to come back, you got to be on your best behavior or go to someone else's stream. I'm not going to force you to watch my videos. I don't make you click on these videos. You click on these videos yourself, okay? Listen, I'm cool, man. I'm enjoying. I'm over here coughing up my throat's all dry. Coughing. I'm enjoying myself. You come after me. You come after other people. You got to be in timeout. Let's all act our age, guys.
And the man gets me hard.
I kind of clicked on that at the wrong time. Let's watch that one more time. I got distracted, people.
Our next athlete might be 66 in the pit, but he's 99 when it comes time to hit. I'm talking about Fabricio Andre. He's representing Team Australia under Lachlan Giles, and he's lifted our average girth of the nation by at least 12%. He's one of the most exciting grapplers out there today. At 66 kilos, he's jacked. I don't know what he's taken, but I want it. He's beaten the current 80cc 88 kilo champion, and the man gets me hard.
So that Fabricio Andre kid is really good. Is this another video? We'll click on this, but Fabricio Andre is really good. Oh, we missed a lot of stuff. Let's go through this first real fast.
Nicky Rod is our next athlete representing the B Team Mercenaries. Obviously, he could not do something as incredible as what I just did. But he's a powerhouse in the team. He's $1 million man. He did not give any of that money fucking back to me or the charities I support. But the only shout out we have for Nicky Rod is his podcast, The Simple Man Podcast. His co-host is Ethan Krellenstein. The second co-host, Damien, I don't remember his last fucking name, but no one knows.
Poor Damien, man. Why we treat Damien so badly, man? Why we treat him so poorly? And Damien hasn't done anything to anybody that I know of. He's not gooning in the background. He just living life, man. Is that Mikey? No. I want to see the Mikey one. Oh, there it is. It says Raining Man debate. So we always talk about how Mikey didn't get the good tism. Craig says UFC versus CGI. Who's taking this? Mikey says, Mr. Jones, hello, sir. Hope all is well. I look forward to discussing our differences in person. So Mikey's, I think Mikey was hurt, and he's trying to make amends with Gordon Ryan and Craig Jones. I think the people at UFC told him that they need Gordon and they need Craig, and so that's why I think Mikey's doing all this. Claudia told him to suck up to Craig and Gordon, so he's gonna have to make amends. And of course, people attacking Mikey. He says, huge fan, Mikey. Legitimately am. We both know Moneyberg ain't no black belt. Be well, legend. Sounds like AI wrote this. I don't know if I think Mikey wrote that himself, maybe. Unless Claudia got his Instagram. Mikey doesn't stutter. When will you be asked about Mikey? Don't stutter when you'll be asked about Moneyberg. That's right. No one wants heat in the internet from Mr. Jones. Mikey, you will gain a lot of fans if you do this. Someone's copying Mikey. Salutations, Mr. Musamechi, sir. I hope you do not mind my conjecture, but I too am looking forward to this discussion and any potential violence or misbehavior that may ensue. I hope this letter finds you well. Maybe AI did write that. Says the bookies aren't taking bets on this one. Mikey, Mikey, Says, what's the over under on times autism is mentioned? I think that's the first thing they're going to bring up. Mike, you got to get Craig Jones deported. So I think Craig is getting deported. We got Kyle Dake over here.
Crippled, done. I was ready to retire. This is where I was. And I was able to pull myself out.
Kyle Dake is amazing. He's an icon in the sport of wrestling.
I'm a 2-time Olympic bronze medalist, 4-time world champion, the Hodge Trophy winner, which is the Heisman Trophy of wrestling.
If they had an arena, they would have a statue outside of that arena for him.
I love him. But, and there is a but, and this is a competitive guy. He went up and took on his best friend and business partner just to ruin his dream at the NCAA tournament. This guy came and stopped America's greatest wrestler, an Olympic champion, from going to the Olympics, because that's what he does. He is not a dream maker. This guy will crush your dream. He finds out what your dream is, he'll come and take it from you. When I talked to him, his philosophies and what he believes was different.
Whoever I'm wrestling, I can adjust my style, and it's usually within the first 20 seconds. I've always kind of had to do that because when I was young, I had to wrestle older kids. It was something that I just loved. My grandfather was a coach, my dad was an NCAA All-American, and when I would go to wrestling practice when I was 2-3 years old with my dad, I could just go out and just attack anybody that I wanted. I loved high flyer moves. When I was young, there was it was kind of like ESPN Top 10. You know, you wanted to be the #1 move of the week. And I was like, man, I gotta have the coolest move. I gotta be able to go out and throw somebody through the air. High flying, Dake bomb, crazy moves where I'm just like throwing somebody on top of their neck and they're a humped up mess and they don't know what happened because that's fun.
And Kyle Dake is so incredibly difficult to score on. He is wildly stubborn. He gets in a position, and he's too strong to get out of position.
Right there. I was crippled.
All right, Josiah, I'm not angry, man. Yeah, that's all good, man. Water under the bridge. Jason says, we talk a lot about these jiu-jitsu athletes when they are on super team. Fabricio Andre left BJJ College because he was second to Baby Shark. I believe that's going to happen at AOJ as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. You know, they haven't really talked about anything that happened over there. I'm sure a lot of stuff was happening. You know, one of those coaches over there in Manaus, was it Manaus? Yeah, they were doing some stuff to those kids. I'm not saying that was affiliated with BJJ College, but I think he had a lot of different things. I think he actually was dating a girl at Alliance. That might be why he left. And it was tough. You know, you had Baby Shark and you had Mika. So it's hard to differentiate yourself. Asm, what's up, bro? I don't know who Marley got too many accounts. Marley, you can come back too, bro. You just got to behave just like Josiah. Yeah, too many athletes, not enough spots on the team. Not only spots on the team, but then that's an issue we had at Alliance. We had people at Team A, Team B. You can only have 2 athletes on Team A, so points that count towards the team total. And then, you know, if you weren't on Team A, then you're on Team B or Team C. If you have so many athletes in the same weight class, and then one person's got to step down. So that's what happened between Cole and Pato at Pans this year. Cole had to step down to Pato. All right, Asm, I'm not sure if you're Marley. Just be on your best behavior. That's all I ask everybody. He's crashing out. Yeah, so that's what happened. That happened at Alliance too. A lot of times you had to close out even when you didn't want to. Sometimes they would force people to close out. So it was could be a bad time. And I'm also thinking as far as opportunities. So if you're really good, say you're like the 3rd guy at featherweight, you know, you kind of screwed because Pato might do featherweight, Cole does featherweight. And then, you know, say you want to teach, well, Cole's teaching and we got Pato. Sorry, bro, we don't have any opportunities for you. Oh, you're from Ireland? Okay, sorry, bro. It's all good. You missed we had Dara O'Connell on here a little bit. My man got VPN. Marley got a VPN. But yeah, it can be hard to be on these big teams. You know, there might be some favoritism. Might be see some Brazilian favoritism at a ALJ or Atos or somewhere. And you know, of course, at BJJ College, Mika gonna get more attention and Baby Shark. So you kind of got to go in and find a place for yourself. You know, they getting all the seminars and all the stuff, and you just as good as those guys. But that's how it works out sometimes. And then a lot of times on those big teams, they just control everything. You know, they control a lot about your life that you don't really want them to have. So we just had Kyle Dake on here. He's getting ready for RAF. Kyle's really good, but I feel like people have figured out his style. The Japanese have basically broken down his style, especially with the chest wrap. So it can't be hard to change. He said he can adapt, but I mean, he did the same thing against the Japanese fighter that he lost to at the Olympics. And then he wasn't looking too good against Valencia. So I'm not sure where Kyle Dake how he's gonna do. I'm not sure if he's gonna make it to the next Olympics or next World Championship. So we just gotta wait and see. I think someone like David Taylor did really well because he could, he's the Magic Man. He could adapt. Whereas, JB, Jordan was adapting a little bit, but he wasn't getting those quick results. So he kind of reverted back to his old game, even though it's very athletic based. And Kyle Dake, his game worked really well, but people figuring it out. I haven't seen him really change anything up. I could be wrong. But I feel like David Taylor, because he relied mostly on that technique, that Magic Man, he was able to adapt and, consistently doing well, placing at the Worlds and Olympics, winning the Olympics, placing at the World Championships. Aaron Brooks did beat him for sure. but Aaron Brooks is on some Adderall, which is we said is performance enhancing. Asm says, did you know Dara, beginning of the stream, would like to rewatch? Maybe we'll go back. You guys can't see all my tabs. I hate going backwards, but maybe we'll get back to him. He just said to have balance in your life. That's kind of like one of his recent posts. He's playing the piano, playing guitar, going to the soccer games. So, just have balance. Jason Whitfield says, from what I understand, Fabricio was raised by Mika's dad. Oh, I didn't know that. Just like Baby Shark. That must have been a tough choice to leave such a close team. I mean, he's an adult, so adults lead the home, they leave the house, they leave the nest to go and make their own opportunities. And I think he's done well for himself. I mean, he didn't need Melky Gaval or Mika Gaval or Baby Shark to be good. He's already, look at him at BJJ Stars. And was it Polaris or whatever? He was beating some of the best guys. He beat Giancarlo. And he's been doing well. I mean, did he win Worlds? I think he won Worlds one time. Did he win Worlds? Jason, do you remember? Either way, he's been doing good. He's got a life for himself. And, he's with the Alliance people. The Alliance people got some money. Fabio Gurgel, they got some money. I mean, Melky, he's got his Melky Gaval's got the BJ College, but when you were at the line, when you're close to the general like that, you might end up with a school, like a really nice, high-profile school. Yeah, skateboarding. If Fabricio plays his cards right, he might end up with a $280, €80 a month school. He wouldn't get that with BJJ College. And so the Alliance have so much resources now. When I was there, they wouldn't give no resources to anybody. But now they could have him a school in America easy. They have him a nice school in America, making $100,000 a year easy. So I think he went where the money is. I got a little video here. I don't know if it has music. This is why dieting be so hard. You got people out here trying to mess up your diet. He's over here eating acai, giving people acai while they're on the treadmill. Look at my man saying a prayer, please. He's all right. Give me some acai too. That's they definitely in Brazil. That's the good acai, bro. She over here trying to get her leg raises in. So that's how it be when you dieting, man. People out here eating. Is that honey? Or whatever, agave? Azim says, on promotion day with Dara, he talked about that too. Saying the black belt is an individual journey. Some compete, some don't. So impossible to compare skill. Coaches focus on the individual. That's true. I mean, coach should, they should look at the individual, their potential. The good coaches do. They're like, all right, this guy, he's pushed himself hard. This is probably as good as he's gonna get. So, all right, he's ready for the next belt. But a lot of coaches, they don't do this. They pull a money bird. They just they see the money and they give the belt. So, really good coaches are gonna push you outside your comfort zone. They're gonna inspire you. They're gonna lead by example. They're gonna be there when you win and be there when you lose. Be there to pick you up. I mean, you'll know when you got a good coach, and you'll know when you got a bad coach. Josiah says, "I can't diet. I can't die." It's hard to diet. I'm going on a diet now, man. I've been having too much fun. Need to get my weight back down. All right, Josiah. One day we'll get you out there, man. We got my wrestling girls out here. They getting ready for the world championship too. My wrestling girls, they like to take pictures. Here we go again.
2. Now walk out, okay? Attitude. 1. Now walk out.
All right, girl.
Attitude. Ooh. Now walk out. Okay.
Come on, Tay.
Attitude. 1.
Kennedy, what's up, Kennedy?
Attitude.
Kennedy.
Now walk out.
Let me pause that. Kennedy always got attitude. I love her for it though. Resist the Chinese food, resist the Brazilian food, resist the halal food. Ooh, I love me some halal. Some Greek, some halal. Halal, I can't even talk. Some kebab. Some Spanish food. I like food, man. I like to eat.
What? Now walk up. Ooh.
What's up, Jakar?
Attitude. Wop. Now walk up.
Jakar had that attitude too.
Wop. Now walk up. Wop. Attitude.
Oh.
That wasn't good.
Attitude.
He don't.
Attitude. Now walk out. Okay. Attitude.
Hey.
What? Now walk out.
All right, the sister's got that attitude.
Attitude. Ooh. Now walk out.
She got an attitude too.
Attitude. Wop.
What?
Now walk out. Attitude. Now walk out. Attitude. What? Now walk out. Ooh.
Walk off.
Attitude.
She ain't doing that.
Wop. Now walk out. Ooh. Attitude. Wop. Now walk out. Wop. Attitude.
Oh.
Nah, that wasn't good. That wasn't good.
Attitude.
That wasn't good either.
Oh.
Was that in the finals though? I don't even remember that match. Oh, that was after COVID because we didn't have 2020 Worlds. That shouldn't count. I mean, Fabricio's good, man. I might hurt my neck. Can you do an attitude emote on here? Like on a emoji or something? Or me do it? I'll throw my neck out trying to do it. Josiah says, you guys think Guy Mendez will ever come out of it? Nope. He good, bro. He be oh, it's finals. Guy Mendez good. He be fighting Tynan and Cole and Pato. He's like, all right, I'm staying my butt out in retirement. Now Rafa Mendez, he looks like he could come back any day now. Yeah, I don't know how to do an attitude emote. I'm not savvy with all this stuff. I don't even know how to add one. Attitude. Yeah, I don't even know how to do it, bro. I don't even know how to look it up on here. I'm a boomer, guys. Come on, I don't know how to do this stuff. Shout out to all the wrestling girlies. They doing it, bro. We got Alex on here. Alex Windling. She out here competing. On a video. No, I'm gonna throw my neck out. Help! Call the police. My neck doesn't move like that. We got Alex Windling. She's over here competing too, so she's doing good.
My favorite position to my least preferred, which is a leg lock shootout. Hate them. It all started in an Uber by myself, noticing my tummy hurts. Anxiety? Perhaps. Some people might ask, Alex, why sign up last minute without a corner? Well, one, I knew I'd have friends and supportive energy around, but really, I just felt called.
Here at ADCC Nationals, we got about an hour countdown before I hit the mats. All the guys from PGF are what motivated me to get out here today. I couldn't just sit and watch some more.
And then I'm standing there waiting to compete, thinking, good Lord, why do these girls look so much bigger than me? I should have just cut to 132. And it turned out my mat had gotten changed, which I found out from Amanda, who also stretched me before the event. So I was pleasantly surprised my first opponent was closer to my size, which gave me more confidence on the feet. And I do want to do a full tape study live chat on my YouTube channel, so I'm not going to spoil everything here. But wow, what a reawakening to what truly got me to love the sport in the first place, which is the most fun part, competing. Even when you make bozo mistakes like leaving your size 8.5 clown footsie out while going for your own leg lock.
Bruh.
Double loser! So embarrassing! My ankle hurts!
My biggest takeaway is realizing how much love I have managed to find in a city painted out to be empty, and how special it is to be surrounded by people who not only support you, but also inspire you. First time competing at ADCC.
Nice, man. Sometimes you just gotta get out there. I mean, prepare yourself. You know, I mean, I ain't never. You know, for white belts, you can kind of just jump out there, but you know, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. The Rotullo said the more prepared you are, the more calm you are, the more relaxed you are, and it's the anxiety comes from not being prepared. It's like when you don't study for the test the night before, the math test the night before, or you didn't study before the test, and you oh my god. But if you study for a test and you know everything, you about to go out there and tear it up. So yeah, shout out to her. That's good, man. Yeah, Nogi out of Mendez out of retirement. He gonna stay retired. He got too many kids. Says Alex is still a boss. I'm gonna compete. Yeah, I mean, you could do a local tournament tomorrow. Are there any famous Abu Dhabi jiu-jitsu guys? There's a couple guys coming up. Back in the day, the most famous one was he was like the son of the Sheik. He was like this big dude, but he didn't really do too well. The only guy I can think of is Alex Monferrati. Ali Monferrati out of Bahrain. He's really good. And there's probably some other people. We've got some Brazilians over there that are doing really well. Hugh Anderson and some other kids from Brazil that went to Abu Dhabi. You got a lot of Brazilians over there in Dubai, Saudi Arabia. Mikey Musumeci needs to do the attitude emote. Let's not let him do that. He's gonna ruin it. That's how you insta kill that that meme or that that internet thing. When I compete, I want Alec Baldwin to coach me. I want to compete to overcome my fears. Yeah. I mean, yeah, overcome your fear, but it's also fun. It should be fun. It's scary, but also fun. Alice versus Moneyberg at CGI. Look at the footage of someone grappling. That's more than we have seen from a 3.5 year black belt. Yeah. And she's over here busy working. She actually got to work and travel and interview people. She needs more vitamins to prep. Well, she's fighting a small girl. She just needs to train. You don't need vitamins to win, man. You don't need vitamins. You know, I promote healthy, clean living over here. You don't need all these vitamins and high blood pressure to win. All Mikey will do is the pasta thing. And he gonna throw a dad joke in there. I like Mikey as an athlete. Josiah says, "That's what I want to compete. That's why I want. That's why I want to compete, or what I want to compete, to have fun and overcome my fears." Yeah, I mean, you could do that open mat or local tournament or something. Yeah, you should have fun, man. You got one life to live. Go have fun. Adam says, "Do you even bother with stand up in the gi if it's against a much bigger opponent?" Depends. Well, sometimes you don't want to pull guard against a big person. It just depends what you got. If you're good at takedowns, you want us to keep it on the feet. And you know what? You can gas a big person out if it's like really big dude. They be slow. You gas them out. They're gonna fall down easy. You might be able to wear their knees down. But if you pull guard on a big dude and they fresh, they're gonna crush you. So sometimes you gotta stay on the feet, run around a little bit. You gotta play. Was it David versus Goliath? You gotta run around, get them tired first. Robert Thompson says, "Overcome your fear by doing a comp, losing, and understanding that it's just another day." I don't tell people to go into tournaments with that mindset because it's still a martial art at the end of the day. You still want your survival instinct to kick in. But if you go in thinking you'll lose, or it's usually going to hamper you. Same thing if you're overly focused on winning too much. But you do need that drive to win. I can't deny that. You need your survival instincts. You need your drive to win. You got to have a little bit of hunger, and you gotta. I don't want to say you gotta dominate your opponent, but you gotta want to win a little bit. I'm not saying you gotta go gung ho like I gotta win this, but you gotta have some a little fire in your heart. All right, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna go out here. I'm about to do some stuff out here. But if you defeat yourself, your mind's very receptive to your thoughts. So if you're thinking you're gonna lose, your mind gonna make that a reality. So I'm not saying psych yourself out. Like some of these athletes and performers, they have alternate personalities just like Marley, and that they can rely on to help them win. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I do think, there's a little scale. So you got to push yourself a little bit more towards being more proactive and less reactive. So when I say reactive, like, okay, I'm just going to go out there. Like, if I lose, I lose. I'm going to try my best. It's kind of more reactive to the events of the tournament. But, the results aren't set. It's not set that you're going to lose. It's not fated that you're going to win or lose. So you got to have a little bit of a drive to do well. Like, all right, I'm going to go out there and, I'm about to tear that dude up or tear that girl up. No diddy, but it's up to you. You got to figure out your own psychology, what motivates you, what pushes you. Josiah says, "Thanks, Robert. I want Gianni Grippo to take me seriously. I regretted not competing in judo years ago." Says, "Please watch the video of Moneyberg receiving his blue belt. His eyes look so entitled and empty." His eyes always look like that. He got his karate blue belt. What blue belt did he get? Can't see that. Says, "When you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror after 10 plus years of combat sports." Yeah, that's how your ears look. I'll look for the video. I didn't see anything about Moneyberg. He always doing something.
Dislike each other, or is that just...
I mean, I think he's like funny, like I wish that was a character, but it's real, like it almost can't be real. Like I feel bad just continuing to pick on him because it's just nothing comes back.
Does he just ignore you? That's his way of like kind of dealing with it? He just ices you out?
Yeah, he used to talk shit about everyone online, and then we went into a few battles, and now he doesn't say too much.
It's all redirected to the Kingsway updates of gym policy.
Kingsway
they're very long.
Policy.
Yeah, you give too much color on your gi, it gets the mats dirty.
I guess so, huh?
Wear whatever you want.
Yeah. Is that what Gordon's up to? I don't follow Gordon Ryan. People change when they get that school, though. Is that the same account? How many accounts does he have? Gym policies. Look at my man. He got. Yeah, they just care about the school now. Helena's teaching class too. Oh, she's teaching on the weekend. You know, the white belts don't know who Helena is. Them white belts don't know who Gordon is. They don't know who Helena is. I don't see no athletes in there. They all just regular people. And Kingsway's supposed to be one of the best schools in the world. It's all regular people. No blue gi allowed at my gym. Oh, no. Dara's old gym. Didn't he always wear blue gis? I feel like he always wore blue. I think they can only wear white and black. No, they can only wear white gis, and black belts can wear black gis. I don't like when they start doing that kind of stuff. Because you can wear black at tournaments. That looked like a regular class over here. that class could be anywhere. So I'm sure they'll grow the school eventually, but that looks like a regular school. That could be anywhere in America, minus the Texas flag right there. But he was hoping the 1230 class would fill up, but looks like it didn't. You know how many schools are in Austin, Texas? There's so many schools. We don't know anything about the location either. The new gym in Dublin is all white, so they said no more blue. I hate that all white stuff, bro. Sometimes you get tired of white gis. You want to wear a blue gi. You want to wear your black gi. It says, hey guys, some updates. Schedule. 7 a.m. class will be gi only. Where's the no gi? Do people not want to do, people don't want to do no gi at 7 a.m.? It's crazy seeing Gordon go from super high profile competition, we gotta be ready, to all right, 7 p.m. kids class. So 7 a.m. class is gi only. 7 p.m. class will be no gi only. So no more gi at night. Black gi is allowed. I thought black belts could only at your school. You can wear black gis at your school or Gordon's school. I think Gordon got a bad rep from the situation with his brother. I mean, not just that. No gi pro classes at noon. Okay. That makes sense. But that just shows you that there's no school in this world where it's only geared towards pro athletes. Maybe in Brazil. But usually they got beginners, they got the white belt classes, none of these schools are just all athletes, all pro division. It's all, look, they got beginners class, gi class, kids class, women's class, yeah. And listen, that pro class, say they get white belts in there, they might be like, all right, pro class at 11, they're going to keep pushing that pro class out the way. All right, guys, we're going to put another beginners class at 11 a.m. We're going to move pro to 10 a.m. That pro class is going to get moved. Just watch. It says class allowance. Advanced classes and pro classes have been only open to blue belts. However, everyone is so enthusiastic about training that they want to get more time in. In addition to this, we have many families training that are different belt ranks. We will be allowing white belts to train at the 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. advanced classes. They already switching everything up. But only if they come to the 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. beginner classes as well. If you're a white belt, you can stay to take the advanced class after the beginner's class. Also, pro sessions are packed. We may eventually make them purple belt and up, but not yet. They over here, they don't know what they're doing. Waitlist. This one's important. If you missed early bird registration and were part of the waiting list, you can now come in and sign up officially and train with everyone. Come on in. Yeah. Why doesn't he have somebody managing all this? He can't afford somebody to manage all this stuff. We got a bad triangle. Oh. I used to make fun of people for not hooking the leg and stop this, but this happened to me. I was training. I threw the triangle up, and if they stand up before you can if you can lock your triangle, it happened to me. I fought some strong person. I threw the triangle up. He picked me up. I was like, I hope this dude don't slam me. So that happened to me recently. Yeah, I threw the triangle up so fast I didn't have time to grab. So some people are strong. They can just deadlift you from. I mean, who can deadlift you from on their knees? But it happened to me recently, man. I was just like, whoop, I'm about to die. I locked the triangle up, and before I could move, he already picked me up. I was like, oh, I'm done. So be careful out here, guys. Be careful with that triangle when you're training with crazy strong people. Sounds messy. Needs accountants to help pay the bills. Yeah, he need to. Why is he running the school like that? He needs a manager with experience. It says if you don't grab, you could use one of the leg over the shoulders to keep him. I thought I was keeping posture. I know how to do the triangle. I've been doing triangles for 20 years. That dude stood up so quick. I mean, even this guy he was grabbing his shin. But some people are explosive, so you got to be careful. There's always going to be outliers out there, that where the rules don't apply. Yeah, so just be careful, man. You never know. I'm doing the triangle. I got this thing locked in. I locked that thing quick, and before I could do anything, dude jumped up. Again, you should be able to control someone's posture, but I'm saying there's some outliers out here that can bypass the posture control. They can't bypass the the leg control though. But if say that someone's move, like they bait the triangle and then they just pick you up. I mean, what are you gonna do? You wouldn't be ready for that. So be careful. Like before I could even let go of the triangle, he held me up. I was like, well, that's it. So, anything can happen, man. That's why people be doing them arm bars. That's why Mika do that arm bar. You don't see Mika doing that triangle. He do that arm bar and break your arm real fast. Because I love the video of Danaher shaking everyone's hand at Kingsway like he's Yoda. At the end, him and Gordon sitting down while everyone walks up to shake their hand looks strange. Well, I mean, they can't even move. Danaher ain't got no hip, no knees. And Gordon, whatever Gordon's going through. So I'm not sure about those dudes' health. Their health is pretty much deteriorated in just a few years. I mean, Danaher had a lot of physical issues, hip and knees and stuff. And Gordon, internal issues with his gut health and stomach and stuff. So I'm not sure what to say about these guys. We've got a scramble camp with Kenta Iwamoto. Where is this going to be? Oh, Scramble Brand, yeah. So one of the best grapplers Japan has ever produced, Kenta, will be coaching at Scramble Camp. Legend of Igloo and B-Team, CGI, Who's Number One, and much more. Kenta will be joining our other instructors this October at Scramble Academy, Malaga. So he's going to Spain. I've been to Malaga too. Shout out to Malaga, Spain. Is that the school with the big what's the kid's name? Oh, yeah, that's Sanitary. I fought that guy. Man, that dude was strong. I need USADA to back me up more. I fought that Sanitary kid at a Euros, and I was doing good. And then eventually it was like, well, things are going bad now, looking bad for me. So you're going to have Kenta, Mateus Szynski, Chelsea, Leah, Sanitary, Camille. I think I fought that guy too. And Oliver Taza. I noticed the mullet is the preferred haircut with BJJ guys. Yeah, I mean, that's more Joseph Chin and Kenta and some of the redneck dudes. We just got a lot of rednecks. Yeah, Malaga's awesome. I really like the food. Was it the Turkish baths, whatever? I don't know if it's Turkish. Might be Turkish or, whatever. I like the castle. They had a castle there. Really cool place. All my Europeans, my Irish people, my Swedish people, my Norwegian people, my Finnish people, they all moved to Spain. They said they want some sun. Ban the BJJ mullet. I'm trying. I mean, look at my hair. I got the fro. I'm about the fro. Which I think that's just being Shane Jamil Hill and maybe some of the Brazilians every now and again. We got Juji Angie. She expecting. If you guys don't know Juji Angie, she's one of the premier judoka in the country. Should be me. Should have been mine. Should be me. Spain is the European Cali. Yeah, that is true. Spain is really nice. I enjoyed my time out there. That should be me. Should be me. If you guys don't know her, Angelica Delgado, she's really good. One of the best American judoka currently. You ever notice it's only jiu-jitsu girls that be wearing all the makeup? Judo girls that be wearing no makeup. They go out there, maybe they can't wear makeup. Them jiu-jitsu girls be wearing nothing but makeup. I believe she ran for the judo board for USA Judo, but didn't get elected. It says jiu-jitsu is the art of intelligence and resilience over brute strength. Yeah, it used to be. Now it's all about how much vitamins you're taking. We can't play that music. So in wrestling, he would have got teched. If this was wrestling, he would have got. We watched this before, but look, he would have been teched. That would have been 4-4-4 or something like that. But look, that's what I said. Gas out the big dude, take his back, choke him out. You good? Says Fionn got all the glitter ad and fake lashes while competing. I like it though. We ain't gonna talk nothing on Fionn. I like it. She got them butterfly eyelashes. I like it. And then Helena be wearing her super suit. You know Fionn gonna have some eyelashes on. She doing good. How's the gym doing, Fionn? It's doing okay. She got a camp too. Panama. All right. We're going to Panama, guys. Next year, February 1st. What's up, Fionn? I didn't know she had so many tats. Or is that henna? Oh, it's henna. What's up, Fionn? Aslam said he's gonna come to UK and get a private lesson. Is that a wait, is that a tattoo or henna? New tattoos are healed and I couldn't be. Oh, those are tattoos. Oh. Uh-oh. Fionn. Let me send this to my friend. Let me switch it so you guys can't see which friend I'm sending it to. No, let me switch it so you guys can't see. I'm gonna send that to my friends. Fionn. I'm not the biggest fan of tattoos, everybody. I'm sorry. I mean, that's what she likes. I thought that was henna tattoo. I thought she could wash that off. Nah, bro. I'm sorry. It's too many. I know too many of those dudes. Josiah love tattoos, man. You know, it's all about your taste, man. I thought that was henna. I was like, all right, just wash it off real fast, Fionn. That's a lot though. That is a lot. That's like a ton. Oh, you guys can't. Well, let me go back. You guys can't even see. That is a lot. Let me move my head out the way. Why is my head in the way? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think that's a lot. That's me though. I mean, what does my opinion matter? What does my what does my opinion matter? You know, she that's her body, her choice. She gonna do what she gonna do. That's a lot, you know. Okay. Alrighty. How's the school doing? How's the school doing? I guess the UK, they're a little bit, you know, in Europe, Europe's a little bit. They're a little bit more chill with all the tattoos. But I'm still old. You know, I remember teaching kids and like, you know, if you were teaching and you had tattoos, you needed to cover up and stuff. But nowadays, I guess Europe, they're cool. You can have the. If Fionn get that net tat, we gotta be careful though. Let's see what she's got to say.
To announce that my website Field Online is now live, so you can go sign up. I'll leave the link in the description and also in my bio and also in stories. I'm super excited for this because it's a bit of passion project of mine. I love teaching, and if you don't know, I'm teaching at Armour in London. So all of the techniques that I'm teaching here will be live on my website, as well as all the courses I've done in the past, like the basic bitch knee cuts. The drag queen instructional is up on there as well as a ton of more content. And there's lots more to come as well. So I really hope that you, if you've already signed up, I hope that you enjoy. And if you haven't, then I hope that you do sign up because it's going to be really, really cool. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. Yay!
Yeah, so check her out, Fionn online. FFION online. There you go. Looks pretty nice. I'm sure looks professional. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't like when they do the creative names, you know, the Craig Jones stuff, the names for the instructional. I understand they want to stand out, but I just don't like some of the names they use. Not very family friendly. Yeah. Well, I had a friend that trained in Japan, and they would let you definitely not go into the pool or to the sauna, so that is true. So I always wanted to train in Japan, so I already knew no tattoos, and then you can't train when you got the tattoos, and it's just a hassle. You know, you can't. Well, my skin, you're not gonna see. You can't even see the tattoo on my skin either. So, no point for me. I'd rather save my money and train or compete, sign up for IBJF or travel somewhere. But I respect everybody's decisions. It's her body, her choice, and you guys gotta respect that too. She should have used BJJ Fanatics. She has a course on BJJ Fanatics. I mean, I used to do something very similar where I had my own website and I have instructionals, and then I had my BJJ Fanatics. I had my Jiu-Jitsu X. You know, you do whatever you want. I think it's good to have both, you know, have some control, a little bit more creative control when it's on her website versus when it's on BJJ Fanatics, you can't really do much to it.
We have hanging plant balls they have to resist touching. Every gym needs plant balls. So your gym doesn't have plant balls? Come in. Up here, we're closer to God. People who have jobs. Sorry, I don't have a job, so I don't know. But this is why people do work. I've heard of this before, but I've never done it. So we have these. It's not done. This is the room that's not done. I'm scared to sit on it, but you'll have that. Actually, maybe I shouldn't touch that. Very warm. That'll be me after today's class. Ooh, toasty. And these are ice baths. They don't have water in them right now because they're still being finished, as you can see. But big old tub. You can make human soup in here. Nice. We have.
All right, that's Fionn. So we'll move on. If you guys want to go to Arma, go ahead, check it out. We got another one of our favorites, Helen. Not Helena, but Helen Marloy. Morales? I never say her name right. JH says, those planters are cool, but I've had one fall because it wasn't secured correctly, but over time, anything can give from weight. Yeah. Hopefully they got insurance over there. I don't think they really sue like they do in America. In America, they sue left and right. UK, I fell down. You'll be all right. I don't want to read that. Wish my gym had that much money. Yeah, a lot of gyms. I wish a lot of gyms had more money. Jiu-jitsu's becoming, I won't say elitist, but you know, all the schools nowadays got the cold plunge, the sauna. You know, they got the reception area. AOJ got the boardroom. What school needs a boardroom? Who thought that was a good decision? You know, they got the all white mats. You can't wear nothing but white over there. So a lot of jiu-jitsu's, you know, it's not very approachable for the poorer people. You know, you need Moneyberg money to train nowadays. I can't even afford it. I still can't afford to train at some of these schools. And I'm a black belt for, I don't know how many years, 10 years I've been a black belt for. I can't afford these schools. I couldn't go to Arma or AOJ or, all right, I'll pay that mat fee. Dang, I'm like, God, okay, I can't come back no more. I just do cold plunge, separate but same thing. So Robert said that gym is too nice. Well, you know, you got to pay for that gym, that nice gym.
Gi guard, is it required? By no means is it required at all. I do think you do see some of the more prolific gi guard players now transitioning to no gi and having good success. And I think one of the reasons is in the gi, you really cannot accept your partner having dominant grips on you. So for example, if your partner has your pants and you don't have feet on your partner in some way, you guys watch any high level gi jiu-jitsu, the top player has a very good chance of not only passing, but at least like getting outside the feet and putting good passing pressure on the guard player. So gi players are very insistent on not letting their partners get control of their legs or feet without having control themselves. And you can see that with someone like Levi Jones-Leary, especially at CJI. You know, his guard was extremely effective, and I think that effectiveness was somewhat rooted in all the time he spent training in the gi. Not only the gi, of course, obviously he spent a lot of time doing no gi, but I do think that gi training did help his no gi in that case. I do feel like the gi is helpful to develop a good no gi guard. Is it required? By no means is it.
How much is that? 122 euros per month. Oh yeah, Ireland expensive. 122 euros. When I taught in Sweden, my gym was the most expensive at 600 kroner or 125. Okay, 125 euros. Yeah, that's expensive for Europe, for at least Scandinavia. Bro, some of the gyms, it's like 45, 35 euros. You get the steam room. Yeah, we had the new gym. Shout out to Fighter Center. They have a steam sauna, weight area. You know, you can have access to jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. Sweden got it nice, bro. They also subsidize a lot of their the fitness and all that stuff. Yeah, but yeah, Ireland 125, UK 280. The Alliance School in London is like 280 euros a month. So it depends on where you are. There's a 10 Planet here, but I like the gi. Yeah, everything's expensive. Well, at least where you are. So that was Jason Rao. He said, let's be honest, all the gi people got better guards than the no gi people. Name a no gi person with a really good guard. You say Craig. Craig used to train in the gi. Gordon used to train in gi. None of the other no gi people have good guards. Tackett, he don't play guard. Mika, all he does is play guard. He gonna armbar you. Aiken's okay, but he did a lot in the gi. Giancarlo, a lot in the gi, trained a lot in the gi. Marcelo, mostly gi. I can't name a good no gi guard player. Eddie Bravo, he used to wear gi pants though. I guess Eddie Bravo was. No, don't do it, bro. Can anybody name a really good no gi only guard player? You know, where's Wojcik. Arthur, what's up? I'm a new favorite streamer. Some people hate me, but it's all good. I think Wojcik, he trained in the gi a lot too. Pato's he's a gi person. Pato's all gi. Pato just won gi worlds. I'm saying a purely no gi based person. Maybe Gary Tonin He's more Eddie Cummings. Eddie Cummings might be the best no-gi guard player we've seen. Purely no-gi. Junie. I don't know if Junie plays guard though. Mikey's from the gi. Mendez Brothers gi. Cobrinha gi. Baby Shark gi. Choi gi. Hodger gi. Taza is good. Is he a gi? He's kind of a well-rounded person. I don't say he's a gi. Matej Szynski possibly, yeah. So there's about 4 people. Matej Szynski, Eddie Cummings, Eddie Bravo. That's 3 people. Gordon used to train in the gi. Compete in the gi too. Even if I give you Gordon, that's 4. I can't name any other. Lackland used to train in the gi. I'll give you Lackland, 5. Who else? My dad, Gordon. Your dad, Gordon. There's about 5 good no-gi guard players that predominantly no-gi. I'll give you 6. Craig. Joseph Chin, he used to train in the gi too. Yeah. I mean, the no-gi people are good. I'm just saying that I'm trying to figure out who's got a good guard. It's a handful. The thing is, it's a handful of really good no-gi guard players, and then I could name about 50 different good gi to no-gi guard players. Money Burke should teach a 2-hour seminar just him. He ain't got 2 hours worth of information. He can't show you nothing. He maybe can show you how to scam, allegedly. We already saw this though.
The scoring system, because when I saw that immediately, I was like, oh my God, they completely bit CGI.
I mean, that's definitely what I thought too. But obviously they've got Claudia Gadelia at the helm there talking about her original ideas and stuff. So I thought it was like a sick joke. I was like, are they going to say we stole this at some point?
Hey, you went in on Claudia. Those videos are crazy. Do you know
Pretty
about this?
hilarious.
Oh, I can't post them anymore though.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know what the video was from. Please,
as a guide to we could also interpret
that's what it was.
as a guide to signing for the UFC too. You know?
You could say maybe what's my guy with the big head? Shoot, what is his name? Give me one second. What's that guy's name? Shoot. Jake Shields? Not Jake Shields. I never seen Jake. I never seen Jake Shield really do much in his matches. Dean Lister, but he trained Sambo. Jason Whitfield took out Eddie Bravo. I mean, there's really you need some grips to learn how to play guard. No-gi, and no-gi is kind of hard to play. I can't name any. Everybody gets from the gi, really. Now, wrestling wise, you might have, but the wrestlers never have a good guard because they just always train to not go to their back, so they never have a good guard. You could say maybe some of the Dagestani guys, but they never compete. All we can see, the only training footage we see of Dagestani people is of them getting destroyed by Craig Jones. Gianni, you guys love Gianni. He says, show up, ask questions, come in with intentions for your practice. Says, what's the best advice you give someone starting BJJ? Be consistent, be present. There's no right or wrong way to train. You can choose your own style and whether you like gi or no gi more. That doesn't matter. But however you decide to train, be present in your sessions and do it as consistently as you can. Show up, ask questions, come in with intentions for your practice. Do all the rounds, be open to trying new things. Leave off the mat stuff off the mat. All right, Mr. Gianni Grippo. Got a lot of birthdays today, or a couple days ago. We had Future, Jalen Financier. He says, thank you for all the birthday wishes. Blessed for another amazing year of happiness, success, and growth. 19 brought a lot of firsts and new experiences, and I can't wait to keep growing and enjoying this life. Thank you to everyone who helped make this year so special. Lots of momentum from this past year, so let's carry it into the next year. The show goes on. He happy, bro. He did good. You know, he won Worlds. He won. I think he lost Pans, but then he won UFC BJJ. Do all the rounds. Listen to your body, guys. If you feel sick or dehydrated, you know, take time off. That's kind of the old school mentality. Do all the rounds, even when you're sick and injured. But listen to your body. Westside Barbell. We got Daisy Fresh crew. Did you guys see what happened to homeboy at Daisy Fresh? Sometimes I see stories and I kind of forget about them, but we had the guy at Daisy Fresh is not doing too well. Dante says, was great to have the whole team together, training and improving in preparation for the biggest tournament of the year. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes who trained with us this week and made this possible. We are a team. So they're training against that wall. The pit. Nobody can make that bowl, though. How are they going to train with that for that bowl? What's the guy at Daisy Fresh? Pedigo. I didn't see anything on Reddit. Let me go to Facebook real fast. Actually, let me go back. I think what's homeboy's name? Jacob Couch. I thought he was canceled. He wasn't canceled. We canceled Jacob Rodriguez, but we didn't cancel Jacob Couch. So bad news from the Daisy Fresh crew. I'll read it as best I can. He says he should be. People forget by next week. It says Heath's eye, so Heath Pedigo, his eye went out on him a while ago, which required him to have emergency surgery on his way to teach. And just recently he was teaching and injured it again. I'd like everyone to come to help as much as you can. The man's never asked for anything and always gave his heart to everyone he's ever come across. The link is in my bio. The link is in my bio and on my story to donate. Any location interested for a seminar with 100% of proceeds going towards Heath's surgery fund, please message me. Thank you. Of course, healthcare in America is not that good. Let's see if we can find that GoFundMe link. It should be in this. Where's the GoFundMe? That's not the GoFundMe right there. He said it's in his bio, but it's not in his bio. These guys be saying, oh, here it is. Can I go? It says Heath now has a villain origin story. Yeah. Oh, wow. What in the world? Did you see that amount? It's not reacting. I guess they're trying to raise $50,000. So for my Europeans, you know, people in Europe, you got the good health care. Asm got the good health care, you know. You hurt yourself, you go to the hospital, you're not going to go bankrupt. But in America, you can't even go to that doctor without some funds or ability to pay. You tell them you ain't got the ability to pay, They're gonna leave you there. They're supposed to treat you if it's life threatening, but they'll sit there and let you live with one eye. Woo! Some people donate $5,000. I wish I had $5,000. We need to donate a little bit too. Let's see if I can set something up. I don't know if I have my credit card with me. I never had that thing. This is Heath was recently teaching a seminar when when he suffered a severe eye injury that required emergency surgery. Unfortunately, he will need additional surgeries right away. If you know Heath, you know he's the last person to ever ask for help, which is exactly why we're doing this for him. Heath has dedicated his whole life to jiu-jitsu and has impacted countless lives around the world, always giving without hesitation. Jacob Couch didn't write nothing new. He just copied. Now it's our turn to give back and support him through this difficult time. Just as he has supported so many of us, we want to ensure he can focus on recovery and healing instead of worrying about the financial burden of medical bills and recovery time. If Heath has ever taught you, inspired you, coached you, or encouraged you, please consider giving back. No donations is too small, and every share helps. Let's come together and show Heath the same unwavering support he has always given to us. That's awesome. Can we donate a little bit? Let's see. Whenever they ask for my credit card, though, I'm not going to put my credit card on here. Not that there's any money on there. I'm gonna come off the screen. No, did he just pop off the screen? But what happened to my thing? I hit the wrong button. I'm trying to get off of this. Let me switch my screen so you guys can't see my information when I plug it in there. So yeah, if you guys want to donate to Heath Pedigo, go ahead. I'll copy the link if you guys want to. Asm says I got the VHI healthcare baby. Is that good or bad? Can I not copy and paste it into the chat? I guess not. Oh, that sucks. I can't copy a link in here? Wait a second. I should be able to. Oh, this thing sucks. I guess we can't put links in here. I want to put a link in my own chat. I can't put a link in my own chat room? YouTube's crazy, bro. Yeah, if you guys want to donate, you can. There we go. I'll pin that too. If you guys want to donate, go ahead. You don't have to. You're not obligated to. I'm not going to force you guys to. I'm not going to force you guys to donate. You know, I'm not going to grab your arm or anything. Let's see. I might. How much money do how much money do I have? $5? You know, sometimes I've noticed in life it helps to, I'm not saying you got to give money every time, but sometimes it does help to help people out when you can, and it does go a long way. Will it go through? They got Apple Pay on there, and Venmo, Google Pay. Okay, they know how to get your money out of there. Did not go through? Oh, here we go. All right, you guys heard that little sound. I gave a little bit of money. Not too much, just a little bit, what I could spare. Let me switch it off so you guys can see. I did give some money. Can you guys see that? I did give a little bit of money. You know, I'm not Moneyberg over here. I'm not gonna hold my money, not help nobody. And I didn't say I gave a lot, but I gave a little bit. That's it for me, guys. I donated a little bit of money. Hopefully that can inspire you guys. We talked about leadership. You know, your leaders should lead by example. I can't ask you guys to give money, and I'm never giving no money. So if you guys want to help out, go ahead. Or just share the link. You know, whatever you guys can. You don't have to. If I had more money, I'll put up some real numbers too. I meant to hide my name. I usually don't like my name to be out there. But you know, we gotta do what we can. You know. We got Armbar Soap Company. You guys know Armbar Soap Company. They do the Armbar Soap. Make sure you guys watching up. They say last time we did an expo was 2014. IBJJF's first ever. Armbar was barely off the ground, and I was in my late 20s running on 6 to 8 cups of coffee every day. That's not good. Of the event. Rookie numbers. 11 years later, I'm pushing 40 with 2 wild little boys. If I'm not on energy drinks number 5 by noon, that's terrible for your health, actually. If I'm not on energy drink number 5 by noon, check under the bleachers. I'll be out cold like Roger Gracie before absolute finals. Jokes aside, it's been way too long. I'm looking forward to catching up with those who've been with us from the start and all the new ones who've since joined the movement. Vegas, Jiu-Jitsu Con X Masters Worlds, August 28th to the 30th. I'm bringing back some classics and dropping deals on our entire after training soap line. So, you know, before Defense Soap, there was Armbar Soap Company. They used to sponsor a lot of athletes, but I don't think they sponsor anybody anymore. They got Keenan over there. Look at Keenan, looking young. Who else they had? I think they had Grippo. They had Grippo, some other people too. Cobrinha and Henzo. Oh, you guys can't even see. Where's the thing at? Yeah, they had Henzo, Cobrinha. That guy. So yeah. Shout out to Armbar Soap Company. They got, for some reason they want to make apparel and gis. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but they want to make more stuff. We got the BJJ lawyer.
The law firm, very much like Ian, I handle personal injury cases, but something that has become a little bit of my specialty are work-related injuries, specifically catastrophic claims.
I know when we need to bring in a specialist, right? So, if it's a catastrophic work injury, I'm calling Paul. There's a lot of PI attorneys, not so many PI and workers' comp attorneys. You can't go wrong with Paul, whether it's comp or PI.
If anybody ever needs help, or if you just want a consultation, I don't know if maybe like the phone number will pop up or anything.
Yeah, we can pop that on there. Yeah. Say it out loud.
404-491-9.
If you guys don't know Paul Ardilla, he's the dude that's representing Team Europe. My issue is, why is that shirt so small? Let me message one of my homeboys this. He's asking about who Paul Ardilla was. Let me move back to the big side. Hey, what up? Guys, today is Mat Side Monday, and Magic Monday. So whatever you want to do, make sure you buy the mat. Where is... Oh, there we go. Shout out to Cool Rack. You guys know Cool Rack. He was on the Who's Number One show. Who's Next show. He over here, he been winning all his MMA fights. This time by TKO.
Head, now. Head.
I don't know who he's fighting though.
Mike, you
I think I can beat those guys.
You got 30 seconds. Beat him up. Beat him up.
Knee on belly.
Knee on belly.
Hey,
Yes. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop, Mike. Don't stop, Mike. Keep going.
Keep going.
Get ready to mount. Get ready to mount. Finish
Mount.
the punches.
Yes. Good job.
Nice, Mike. On top, Mike.
Heavy on the head.
Mike, just
Just keep ground and pounding. Keep ground and pounding.
I could win this fight.
Come on, finish strong.
Yes. Good job. Keep that up.
Right there.
Yes. Let's go. Lift. Good job. Hit. Yes.
So if you guys don't know, he fought MMA 2 weeks ago. So he beating up all these dudes. He says victory via TKO. It's only been 2 weeks since the last time I fought, but I was able to make a lot of very important adjustments to my game. Focusing on my boxing, learning to sit down on my punches, and changing my stance for more punching power. So I don't know who he's fighting. Mallington says, honestly surprised that there aren't more eye injuries. Yeah, I know a lot of people that have scratched their cornea. As far as I know, it hasn't been too bad. It's not like MMA where them dudes' eyeballs be popping out. I'm not sure what happened to Heath. Yeah, I'm not certain what happened to him. That's why you got to be careful when you're training. You guys be trying to go crazy, and I'm trying to make sure I get home safely. We got GSP over here working on his calves. I don't know exactly what he's doing.
We slung drugs.
He doing too much. He always working out. He working on them calves. He had shoulder surgery not too long ago. But yeah, he always got some kind of crazy apparatus, balancing, cold plunge, water workout, gymnastics workout. All that gymnastics hurt his shoulder.
Good. Again? Same idea. Hand fight a little, slide by foot sweep. Good.
It's crazy. Like, you watch Takis, you're like, man, they're so good. But then, like, you watch a judo person, you watch J-Flow, you're like, dang, we ain't nothing compared to J-Flow. Takis learning, though. I'm waiting for them to make their move into UFC. Real UFC. We got Baron Bozo. We're going to watch one of her matches. Let's see what she's working with. Guard pull, butterfly guard into a reverse De La Riva. Kind of De La Riva game. Looking for overhook grip, Kyotera. Let's go. She could have got a sweep for that. Look of knee shield. Okay, recompose. Her opponent's trying to control her legs down into a smash pass, holding pass, but Big Trick's doing a good job getting under. She's looking for like this kick under, maybe shin to shin. We'll see. De La Riva. Kyotera again. Let's see. Let me pause it here, because I get in issues with people whenever they get caught in Kyotera. They keep pushing the ankle down. You guys can see. Let me move my head around her. She's pushing the ankle down. You gotta lift that ankle up. Didn't she watch my video on how to defend the Kyotera? So she's doing the wrong thing. That's actually what Beatrix needs. Baron Bozo needs her to push the leg down. Nothing's working. And if she gets off balance, that's gonna be it for her. If she goes backwards, here, that's it. It's over. That's over, yeah. Get both legs out, Beatrix. Almost there. She should have been able to finish there. Advantage for that. I don't know. Maybe. Possible sweep here. No. She's letting her legs get collapsed a little too easily. Kicking under. She's able to build herself back up into a nashi. I'm not sure if she's going to grab the ankle or what. Maybe heel hook. Okay, she's going again for another ankle lock. Her opponent's really good, though. Really nice back step. Nice. Aoki. Let me rewind that. That's pretty nice. Let me rewind that. That was a nice entry. So from Ashi. So you see how she gets the inside leg in? The left leg in? Okay, she took it out. She's on Aoki now. Internal roll. Nice. That's pretty nice. I mean, what am I doing? I'd be out there. I had to fight for my life when I could compete, but she's doing good. Got a couple more stories. We'll try to get through as far as we can. We had a lot of birthdays. We got Gabrielle birthday. We had Jalen birthday. She was jumping out the airplane in the other video. Shout out to her. She deserved it. She's probably supporting that family. She got the sleepover. All right, girl, she living it. You guys know she jumped out that airplane the other day. Couldn't be me.
Hoje eu só vim agradecer por tudo que Deus me fez, que me
I keep my feet on the ground. Right as we're talking about, listen, I don't want to see a GoFundMe if you jump out the airplane and something goes wrong, I don't want to see that GoFundMe, man. You guys out here doing too much. Heath over here poking his eye out. She over here jumping out the airplane. You guys need to be safe. Knock on wood for me too. Everybody's living their lives though. We got Satoshi Ishii. You guys know he's an Olympic gold medalist. He's gonna show a takedown or do a takedown. So that's the years of drilling, That ain't ecological. That's drilling. We got a lot of stories. Jesus Christ. We got Jalen. What do you got to say?
World champion and stepping on the mats, and that I think my journey has signified up until now is that anything is possible. So I'm a full-time college student athlete. I just became a world champion. I was only 19 years old in a division full of veterans and older competitors. So it might seem like all the odds were against me, but I think I showed that anything is possible. I'm going to school, I'm training multiple hours a day, I'm sacrificing as much as I need to, and I think that just shows that anything is possible. And I think a big part of that was just enjoying the process, knowing that there were going to be ups, knowing that there were going to be downs. All right, so if there's one message I can give to the next generation, I think it's when we go to the competition, we either win or we learn. And I think I've shown that throughout my journey. I started jiu-jitsu when I was 2 years old, started competing when I was 5, so now I'm 19. I've been competing for 14 years, and I think through the ranks I've learned that every tournament is a testament to what we're doing in the gym. So either we're gonna go out there and win, we're gonna pass our test, or we're gonna go and learn and fix our mistakes. And I think that's a big part that helped me become a world champion. So I think winning, learning, going to the competition, consistency, always going back, never quitting is the recipe to get to where I am today. And you'll become a world champion if you follow this recipe.
Why Cabrinha? Can you guys see? Let me zoom in for you guys. You guys can't see anything. Cabrinha said, "Happy birthday to my second son." Cabrinha, you got one son, Cabrinha, and that's Kennedy. You know, Cobrinha hard on Kennedy, man. He, and one, Kennedy, Kennedy won his match at UFC BJJ. He said, "Thank you to my coach." He didn't say thank you to my dad. He said thank you to my coach, Cobrinha. He didn't say thank you to my father. He said thank you to my coach. So it's crazy out here. We got another Beatrix match. It's less than 2 minutes, so none of my matches be 2 minutes. I'd be out there going. I'd be going the whole 10 minutes. Baron Bozo, you popular today? Is that the same girl? Is this the same match? This might be the same match. No, it's a different match. So she's going 2-on-1, which is really nice. You can tell Baron Bozo is a gi person. More De La Hiva. It might be the same match. The recipe is starting at 2. Like, how do you start at 2 years old? You can't even think at 2 years old. You over there, you're still wearing a diaper probably. So she's on that Kyle Terra this time. Yeah, last match too. They must have fought twice. I feel like Baron Bozo should have gotten that Kyle Terra earlier, but the other girl's pretty decent too. A lot of De La Hiva usage. Some people call this the Mantis guard. I can't tell if she's back on the hill. She's back on the Kyle Terra again. Okay, she's doing a better job of keeping the girl away this time. She needs to get her foot, that right leg on the thigh. Okay, the other girl's going for something. Baron Bozo kicks under. Maybe possible hill. Is she going for Aoki one more time? No, come on, girl. How you get caught with the same setup? She don't do like a lot. I really wonder about some of the ladies divisions. Even the black belt adult divisions, it'd be really small. So it's kind of hard in IBJF to get the matches you need to get good. But Beatrix, 2 submissions on the same girl on the same leg, and you can't let the same thing happen to you. Back to back. All right. It says gi is for losers.
Look at all these fucking slugs. Everyone's a fucking idiot but me. They don't even know. I'm really fucking smart. I see what's fucking going on. I'm a genius. I can't be fooled with your politics and your laws. I see through them into the real reality. Look at all these fucking slugs. Everyone's a fucking idiot but me. Look at all.
Yeah, that's how a lot of no-gi guys think, Someone says, LOL, these are the blue/purple belts that protest IBJF and say stuff like good luck trying to win a $5 medal, then complain when they lose and try and compete for $300 and teach privates and want to open gyms. Yeah, I mean, just do both. I don't know why there's a debate or issues with it. Oh, we got Arma BJJ again.
Hello, I'm good. How are you? We're good? So you?
So what we look at is our partner's going to have their frame. This can stay in here.
It stays in there like that.
Yeah. I'm not.
You must be wearing the meta glasses.
Hey guys.
Did he not shower before getting into that cold plunge? Because that's crazy. You need to shower before you get in that cold plunge or that sauna. Well, I guess you can get in that sauna. You need to shower before you hit the sauna or cold plunge, right? Why are you gonna put your dirty butt behind in that cold water like that? Make that dirty cold water. Get out of here, bro. That's the girl that she does Muay Thai. That must have been Fionn laughing like that. So they got the barista downstairs, the barista next to the front desk girl. They got your outfit ready. So that gym looks nice, man. I mean, I can't afford it. Here we go. Someone said, did my man just jump into the cold plunge wearing his sweaty gear? Get his behind out of there. Lifetime ban. Said make sure to shower beforehand. No, no. So he showered. No, he didn't shower. Why would you shower and put on the full no-gi outfit? Or maybe you have to. You got to wear something when you get into that cold plunge. That might be true. It says amazing day in BJJ history for Long Island. Today, Master Alessandri Soka received the rank coral belt from Masters John Jack Machado and Renzo Gracie. So that's amazing. You're not supposed to whip coral belts. That's awesome. I love seeing the old dudes out there, all the old guys, we used to look up to. It says sport and then more than sport. I used to think this way about jiu-jitsu, but I don't even think jiu-jitsu is a sport. It's all entertainment at this point. It's all smoke and mirrors. So that's Mayan Lopez. He won 5 straight Olympic titles, which is probably unheard of in wrestling, really. I mean, two Olympic wrestling titles is like impossible, basically. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say about our sport. Let you guys decide. Crazy, man, crazy. Got some new ASICs, the aggressors. I'm not the biggest fan of these. I do like ASICs, I got a pair of JBs somewhere. I don't know where they are. I think my next pair of wrestling shoes is gonna be Rudis. I mean, ASICs are good. Some of my homeboys are like Nike. I like I think I'm gonna get a pair of Rudis next wrestling shoes. Adidas. I don't know. Do they have Adidas wrestling shoes? Spartan. And then you got like you got the Meekicks, you got the Haydens.
Have you seen?
So here's Joe Rogan talking about Moneyberg.
This fucking Derek Moneyberg fella.
Oh, is he the jiu-jitsu guy?
Yeah, got his black belt in 3.5 years.
Right. Is he legit? Because he's with legit people. So I can't imagine.
Jake Shields is savage. Like, all the respect.
And Jake says he's legit?
I think Jake gave him his black belt.
Well, then he's legit. There's no way. I know Jake. There's no way. Jake is his jiu-jitsu is top of the food chain.
Yeah.
And I know Gordon is trained with him. I know all these other people trained with him.
Danaher was over there with him.
I haven't heard anybody say anything negative. Someone who is like super rich, which apparently this guy is, who trains with the best trainers in the world and actually puts the time in every day. It's super easy to dismiss someone because they're rich. Zuckerberg is a primary example of that, right?
He's not a
I
black
know
belt.
for a fact Zuckerberg trains really fucking hard.
Yeah.
And he goes with real guys. So he takes it very seriously, has access to incredible trainers, and he's an obsessive. Now, he doesn't have the time that this Derek Moneyberg guy has.
Yeah.
If he's putting in like hours and hours every single day, which is what I heard, that he was like literally training multiple hours a day, every fucking day at jiu-jitsu, you can get to black belt level. I don't know if he is, but I know that if those guys say he is, I believe them. Right? Why doesn't he just like show some drilling?
That's all it would take.
You don't even have to show me you rolling. Let me see some tight drills.
Yeah, that's all it would take.
Yeah, let me see you go through. But, he doesn't have to. But then again, you kind of do have to if you project the fact that you're doing that.
Yeah,
right?
if you take some sort of like braggadocious sort of angle, like 3 years, 7 months, got my black belt.
Right, you should probably show something. Like, hey, let me show you guys.
Yeah.
When
I started, I was doing fucking 2 a day. None of that came fucking fast for me.
But you might not have been the most naturally athletic guy.
True.
True. Night classes and day classes are great, but one-on-one is the ultimate.
No.
If you're a guy like him, and you can get John Danaher to coach you, you can get Gordon Ryan to coach you, you can get all those Jake Shields. I've seen photos and videos of him from training sessions with the best guys in the world.
Yeah.
So if you can get, and you're hiring them.
Yeah. It could be a cheat code. Or
It's 100% a cheat code.
Yeah.
It's 100% if you do it.
Yeah.
If you actually do the work, it's 100% a cheat code. That's the thing. Like, you have to actually be training, like, really hard. It's not as simple as those guys, you talk to those guys, they give you the fucking secret handshake, and now you're good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, right.
Like, the only way to get good at jiu-jitsu is hard work. That's it.
Yeah. And I could never see somebody like Jake Shields, like, fucking giving out a belt that wasn't deserved.
No. It's like when you hear Guy Ritchie is a black belt, you go, really? And then you hear he's a Henzo Gracie black belt. You go, oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's legit.
Yeah.
He's legit. Yeah. But there's not a lot of fake jiu-jitsu black belts out there.
One right there.
Financial guy.
Have you seen this fucking Derek Moneyberg?
So I think we're at the point where we don't need to listen to Joe Rogan about jiu-jitsu anymore. Possibly MMA. You guys are going to come after me, but I mean, he's wrong. And you just can't rely on someone's reputation anymore. I mean, these guys are compromised. Joe Rogan compromised too. Most of these guys compromised. Yeah. He over here basically defending. They probably paid Joe Rogan off. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's clear as day that Jake Shield was wrong, and all these other guys are just trying to make money and don't care. And then that's crazy because when Jake Shield might be the most real dude ever, but that Moneyberg always going to be a stain in his reputation. Like, you say you got your black belt from Jake Shields, I'm like, ooh, you did? You sure? I don't know. And he's trying to compare Moneyberg to Zuckerberg, but Zuckerberg competes. He's out there training towards ACL. And I don't know, man. It's just a different world. When you get that kind of money, it's different. People treat you differently. They're going to defend you. I don't think Joe Rogan ever met Moneyberg, but he over there defending Moneyberg. He's he's really rich. He got access to all the guys. Can't comprehend that all these dudes are just making money off Moneyberg and not being serious. And nobody can defend him watching him drill and do the technique. They can't defend him. Now you can say he's a big, strong dude. He looks strong. He look like Shrek over there. I mean, not to attack his looks, but he looks big and strong. So, of course, Mikey ain't gonna do stuff to him. So I don't know what to say, bro. I get tired. I said I would never talk about Moneyberg, but here I am still talking about Moneyberg. But I mean, it's clear as day. I've already made all my arguments, and we've seen all the footage. And I mean, what's the point? I mean, you guys are going to continue supporting Mikey. You're going to continue supporting Jake Shields. You're going to continue supporting whoever else. And I can't change that. I'm not gonna try to change that. You guys do whatever you guys want to do. Now, when the sport is like, well, that jiu-jitsu stuff is a McDojo. When the sport goes downhill, don't come looking to me to save it. I done nothing but try to keep high standards. Never gave I barely gave belts out. I'm the last person to give a belt out or a stripe out. But it is what it is. We just gotta live with it, We just gotta live with it. Moneyberg over here, and all these other charlatans coming through. We got some more Baron Bozo. So that's the girl we were watching compete in the no-gi. She says if adults acted like the kids, like they were kids in kids class.
Class is over. Teacher, it's not working. Teacher, it's not working. Hoopa! 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 Ow! Teacher, she broke my leg.
That is kids class. That is how kids class go. And my favorite part is the parents be right there looking at their kid acting up, and the parent think you terrible. That happened to me. The parent thought I was terrible, and their kid over there doing all that stuff. I guess we all live in a different reality, or we see different stuff. Cause Joe Rogan's over there like, Moneyberg, he looks. I guess he's okay. Jake Shields said he's okay. Can't really comprehend nothing else. People had. I guess everyone's. I wouldn't say the viewpoint is different, but we're all seeing different things, and the lens we look at life is different. So, I don't know what kind of reality some of these people living in. Some of the parents, some of these rich people, they living in a different world than me. Annie Vieta, she said she's never competing at IBJJF Worlds. I agree for her. I still want to compete at Worlds, but they did her dirty. She said, it says multiple-time IBJJF World Champion Anna Vieta, sister to Rodolfo Vieta, has officially closed the door on ever competing at IBJJF Worlds again. While many athletes have started shifting towards higher paying events, like the upcoming $100,000 women's tournament at CGI2, Vieta says prize money isn't the driving factor behind her decisions. Instead, it stems entirely from how she was treated during and after a frightening incident in her 2003 Absolute Division final. I'm not competing at IBJJF anymore after what happened to me in 2023. I think that their posture towards me as an athlete that dedicated my whole life to competing at their events wasn't right. So I feel that I was neglected, and I don't want to support a federation that treated their 5-time black belt world champion like this. The match ended when her opponent caught her in a choke. Vieta tapped repeatedly, but the referee didn't see it in time, and she was rendered unconscious. What happened next only deepened her frustration. My opponent got me in a choke, and I tapped, and many times referee didn't see, and the way they handled the situation was, the way they put me up, I was really dizzy. I had a concussion. They didn't provide any medical help. My wife was there in shock. She told me that afterwards that the whole IBJJF staff was literally just like that, looking to me, waiting for me to stand up and go to the podium. I was completely out. I didn't want to call for an ambulance. They didn't want to call for an ambulance. For Vieta, they should have insurance on when athletes get injured. Hopefully athletes have insurance. Sometimes we don't have insurance, but the venue, IBJJF renting the venue has to have medical staff there. Sometimes you can't find the staff. For Vieta, the lack of immediate medical attention was unacceptable, but it was the complete absence of follow-up from the organization that ultimately convinced her to walk away for good. They never even reached out to me to see how I was doing. I got depressed, I stopped teaching classes at my gym. It was just awful. Physically, I was fine, but mentally, I was completely broken. And to see how they just didn't care. This is the same story that Ronaldo Jacare had. He broke his arm during the IBJJF finals in 2024 or something like that. 2003, 2004. I can't really remember. I think it was 2004. He broke his arm, and IBJJF didn't help him one bit. they wouldn't give him a glass of water. And that made him go on to the UFC, to MMA. We got the Team Europe. They're getting ready. Charles Negromonte. I fought this kid before. He's strong. He's a big, strong guy. Jesus. I think we went to points or something. Team Europe. I'm not sure about Team Europe. Got BJ College. That's the big dude that was rolling with Mika the other day. He's pretty good. I'm hoping he does well. Maybe get his weight down a little bit, but It says, on my way to work after my wife gave me the "I'm still so proud of you" speech after another 0-2 tournament performance. That happens to all of us, It happens to all of us. Don't take your girl to the tournament. That's what I say. It do be like that. It do be like that. You just got to pick yourself up, get back to the office. I thought that was pretty funny. I'm not sure where they are. It might be in Africa or somewhere. They got Blade over here and some other characters.
Tá vendo? Vão gostar, Son Goku, guerreiro do espaço. Vão gostar, vão saber bem do que vai acontecer aqui. Vão saber bem. Manifestação, ouve então, mano, família.
I'm not sure where they are.
Vamos salvar o país. Nós estamos aqui para salvar o mundo. Vamos salvar a humanidade toda. Está conosco. Confia em nós. Os guerreiros estão aqui.
Yeah, you got different versions. It reminds me of what's the movie with Deadpool with all the clones and stuff? Not clones, but like the other versions of him. You got the Dragon Ball Z guy. I don't know where these guys are. It sounds like they're speaking Spanish. I'm not sure where that would be. You guys know my voice about to give out, guys. We're gonna keep going for a little bit longer. J-Flo, what you got to say?
I want to invite you to the Let's Roll Jiu-Jitsu Camp in Peniche, Portugal, September 21st through the 27th. I'll be on the mats with you guys, conducting daily sessions. As well as the classes I'll be teaching, you have access to the best waves in Europe and access to me. Any questions you might have, I'll be there on the mats training with you guys, getting to the root of takedowns that emanate through wrestling and judo that are specifically attuned to you jiu-jitsu grapplers. So make sure to sign up before it's too late, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there. Let's roll.
Shout out to J-Flo. He's got a camp in Portugal, September 21st to 27th. So if you guys are out there, you're looking for some vacation, might be a good place to go. Got my homeboys over here messaging me. Get off here. We got Samuel Nagai. He's going to be at Polaris. So that's pretty awesome. 13th of September. That's coming up. Is he not doing CJI? I'm not quite certain, but we'll see. He signed to the South American squad. Nagai is a black belt world champion. Featherweight. Yeah, everybody's a featherweight world champion. So can Nagai lead South America to victory? So when they say South America, they just mean Brazil. Maybe Argentina. Maybe Ecuador. You got a couple good Ecuadorians out there. Johnny Tama, Sinistro, Soluso. Jocko, he says competition in jiu-jitsu is essential for personal growth. Somebody told Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan never competed in jiu-jitsu, I don't think. Somebody told Joe Rogan and Moneyberg that. Jocko has long championed Brazilian jiu-jitsu not just as a martial art, but as a tool for developing resilience, humility, and self-awareness. We're liking that. We don't have that anymore in jiu-jitsu. In a recent podcast with Jack Osborne, Will Nix shared his thoughts on why competing or competition plays a crucial role in that process. For Will Nick, what hooked him wasn't just the effectiveness of the techniques. It was the environment jiu-jitsu created. Unlike striking arts, where training at full intensity risks serious injury, jiu-jitsu allows practitioners to spar at 100% daily. This makes it an ideal testing ground for technique, mindset, and ego. And according to him, competition magnifies this benefit. Competition is really good because you're going against someone that you haven't ever gone against before. They're going to possibly find some holes in your game. Beyond technical gaps, competition also helps put the ego on trial. In Moneyberg ain't never competing. You're going to be in front of a bunch of people, so you're going to be vulnerable, exposed, and you might get tapped out. His own approach to being submitted reflects this mindset. For instance, when recalling a time when a white belt with wrestling experience tapped him, Wildnick's reaction was nothing but encouragement. I was like, dude, awesome job, high five. You know he was trying to kill that dude afterwards. I look at it like, dude, yes, jiu-jitsu works. Shout out to Jocko. He was training with the people at Legion at Keenan's school in San Diego. He was training with everybody at Legion. We got Jake Shields. It's sellout, bro.
Just got your black belt. Was at a conference for me, extremely fast, 4 years, which is a little ridiculous. But originally that was your goal. I kind of laughed at you and said, "Yeah, it's not going to happen." But
3 years and 7 months.
Yeah, but like I said originally, I'm like, no, you're being idiotic. But you're so obsessed, with the training every single day, putting in the work. I'm your head coach, but then you also brought in an entire team of phenomenal coaches like Hoist Gracie, Chuck Liddell, Glover Teixeira. You can go on and on. Leota Moshida,
Mikey Musumeci, Gordon Ryan. Brought in a lot of the coaches from the gyms as well. That Henry Hooft, Mike Brown helped with things. Greg Jackson helped with things. I brought in a bunch of the champions, and I brought in a lot of the coaches of the champions. And then I went to some of their locations and trained with them too.
Gilbert Burns helped you out a lot too.
Gilbert was amazing.
He was amazing. Yeah.
Frank Mir helped a lot.
Frank Mir, yeah, that's a ton more. But the thing, because I did give your belt too much, I had to think I know I was gonna get criticized for it, but I talked to all the other world champions, and it's like, if you're making the improvements, it's like, what's the point of holding someone back? And it kind of shows that you were in an unusual situation where you could obviously afford a regular person. Obviously, can't afford to hire these type of coaches, but that does give you a cheat code. But it's still, you have to have the access. You still have to use your brain. You have to show up every day. You still have to work hard. You have to sit back and actually learn and listen. Otherwise, it doesn't make a difference. It's going through the motions.
Well, it's not a cheat code in the sense. I understand why you say it that way, but I don't know. I was born with less than average, and I didn't like it. So I tried both. I tried poverty, and then I tried prosperity, and prosperity is a lot more fun. But it's not that I didn't work to earn the other things. That the point of gathering resources is to compound the resources and get more resources, and there's not only financial resources, but you have intellectual resources and social resources.
I don't want to listen to these clowns anymore. Jake Shields a clown. If he wants to fight me, he can. I'll mess Jake Shields up. I think. Who knows? I think last match I saw with Jake Shields, he fought home low. He's a lot older than me, so I can't do that. If he got a student my age, I'll fight the student. What student? They all like Moneyberg, possibly. I can't defend Jake Shields. I ain't defending Moneyberg. Nobody can really defend any of these actions. And I'm not even saying they're the only persons to sell out. I know a lot of dudes that sold out. They just didn't do it. They didn't broadcast when they were selling out. Someone said jiu-jitsu is a skill, not a calendar achievement. They're compromised. It doesn't matter what they say. Progress should be measured by proficiency, pressure, and presence on the mat. Well, in that regard, Moneyberg would never get a black belt then. He doesn't deserve a black belt. I can say this all day, year round. I can't change anything. People like Jake Shields, Mikey, all these guys supporting. I didn't hear Gordon Ryan or Danny Hurst supporting Moneyberg. They just made some money for doing a private. They didn't say he was a black belt. But Mikey actually did defend this stuff. I'm really disappointed in Mikey, though. I don't know what else to say. If someone can compress years of training into a shorter window through intentional reps, coaching, and immersion, that's not dishonorable. It's efficiency. Aging doesn't guarantee wisdom or skill, and competition doesn't automatically equal mastery. Black belts should represent understanding and execution, not age milestones. Bottom line, train more. Well, he never trained. He trained in his basement with people that he paid. Yeah, it just makes me sad because I really do love jiu-jitsu, and I would never do anything like this. I would be ashamed. I have shame. I don't care about the money. I have shame. I think about the people that came before me, all my instructors, the people that I represent, and I would never do something like this. But you have guys like Moneyberg and Jake Shields and Mikey. They would sell jiu-jitsu out in a heartbeat for some money. They don't care. I think that's what hurts me the most. They don't really care. Otherwise, they wouldn't do this kind of stuff. They would find a better way to make the money. They could have made that money doing seminars, open up a school, get sponsorships. I think that's what makes me sad, because I know people that dedicate their life to this sport, their well-being, their heart, their soul, and to look across the screen, and this dude over here, he over here selling out. He's making more money than me, but at what cost? So it says, I don't understand why this is so controversial. I got so much heat from saying this on Facebook, but I'm going to double down. The average guy shows up to BJJ gym 2 days, maybe 3 days a week, and trains with the black belt if they are lucky. Nah, they trying to defend it, bro. You could just look at the guy and tell he's not ready. I don't know. Again, we live in a culture where people don't have discipline. They don't want to wait for anything. They don't want to go through hardship. And other people kind of, I don't want to say uplift them. They support them. They support them. So, yeah, Johnny's way better. It says, big announcement. The NJJF World Championships is on track to break the current attendance New Breed Jiu-Jitsu World Championships. It says, is on track to break the current attendance record. As a token of our appreciation, the Cyborg Seminar is now free to all registered competitors. Also, big shout out to our seminar sponsor, Resilient Viking, for coming on board. So New Breed, New Breed's coming up. You got Jiu-Jitsu World League is coming up. A lot of these tournaments, I'm not saying they're going to beat IBJJF just yet, but they gaining some traction, man.
Guys and girls, we got a big announcement. Looks like we are on par to break our world record for our worlds. No pun intended. That being said, I'm in such a good mood. This is what I'm going to do for you guys. The Cyborg Seminar is now free to all registered competitors. So if you're currently registered, it's free to you guys. And from this point on, when you register, the Cyborg Seminar will be free to you guys. That's Friday before the tournament. On top of that, Resilient Viking. These guys came on board as a seminar sponsor, and this stuff is great, by the way. Tastes great, no sugar, high energy, which I love. Maybe.
Oh, they got Cyborg. I don't know if I'll be there for Cyborg. Yeah. That just shows when you're rich, you get away with everything, bro. So I'm trying to get rich. I'm trying to get my money up, like Moneyberg said. We got is it International Cat Day? Oh, 3 days ago. We missed International Cat Day. I love when people grapple with their pets. Anybody else see them claws come out? I ain't playing with that. You see them claws popping out? Wee, nope. I don't play around with claws. I don't want to hear nothing about you guys not being able to train. Look, get yourself a pet. You could grapple. We can grapple with them pets. You can train with them pets. Look at them cats, bro. If you get with Helena, you're gonna have to take care of some cats too. Some birds, some cats, some dogs, some rats, some hogs. Helena gonna have you guys taking care of all the pets. That cat tired. That one or the one with the claws out? This one? I don't know. CGI says Team Americas is ready. Can't play that music, but Team America. Let's be honest. Team America is not looking too good. Team America is looking a little underpowered. Team America is looking a little underpowered. Let's be honest here. Elijah Dorsey too small. DeAndre Corby, he might do good. The other Corby brother might do okay. They really should have got the Tackets on the team, but they couldn't get the Tackets. They couldn't get no big jiu-jitsu guys for 99. Well, I think the 99 guy is good. I forget his name though. Taylor Pearman. Isn't he Australian? Yeah, the Corby bros might do okay. I don't know. We'll see. He's really big though. He cuts a lot of weight. Like he cuts a ton of weight. Is CJI weigh-ins the day of or day before? Team America's have DeAndre Corby. He's really good. He's good, but he ain't. I mean, Elijah Dorsey could probably beat Corby. Corby's looks really big though. Dorsey's too small. Pyramid is okay. I think didn't he lose recently? Pat Downey doesn't even do jiu-jitsu really. Let's look at Pyramid. Oh, he is from UK. America's team ain't even American. I wish they got more American talent. There's almost, I guess New Wave and B Team are American. I don't know, man. Corby's good, but he did 66. He never did 77. When did he do 77 last? He usually cuts to 66, right? That's when he beat Pato. 77, you got killers, bro, though. You got Mika Gaval, Joseph Chin. I just don't think Corby's going to beat those guys. I could be wrong. JT, he had a camp recently, I think last weekend. Says extremely grateful for the past 2 days with the team and time being affiliated with Essential Jiu-Jitsu. So shout out to everybody that did that camp. I might do that next year. We'll see. I'll check with Evan and see. That's where I think Gianni should be training. I think Gianni needs to go up to JT's if he wants to get to get back on top. We got Dominica. She's painting some more stuff, so that looks really cool. So if you're in New York, Jersey, you need a mural painted, go check her out. She's done a couple of them too.
And I'm a visual artist, muralist, and 10-time BJJ world champion. I stopped competing partly due to injury, partly because I accomplished everything I set out to. I had 3 major surgeries by the time I turned 19, and I thought it was time to refocus my energy on my other passion, art. My biggest dream as a kid was to be a professional artist. Now I find myself painting murals across the country, making mixed media pieces, designing merch, and of course, teaching jiu-jitsu. At one point, jiu-jitsu was my whole world. But now what I really want to do is create. So let's create together. My name is Dominica Abelanite, and I'm a visual artist, muralist, and 10-time BJJ world champion. I stopped competing partly due to injury, partly because I accomplished...
So you guys might not know who Dominica is, but she's really good. She's really good. She's going artsy route, though, but I support that. Gianni should be training there. Yeah, either Unity or... Actually, I think Unity might be a better fit, too, with having Junie and some other guys there. Adolfo, what's Adolfo up to?
Depois de luta a gente ganha um dinheirinho e pensa que tá rico, ó. Vem na parte de promoção no Walmart. Proteína de 20 por 4. Só que é vegana. E eu nem sou vegano, mano. Eu sou carnívoro. Glucose de 20 por 2. Pedialite de 20 por 2. Tive que comprar. Nem tem galinha nem pinto. Aí. Porra, tá maluco? De 15 por 1,50. Comprei logo várias caixas de comida de galinha. Agora você é obrigado a comprar pelo menos... Aí, vou comprar pelo menos umas 4 galinhas poedeira. Pra não ter que mais gastar dinheiro com ovo. Ó, agora não vai ter pra onde correr, ó. Aí, depois de...
I don't know if is he feeding some chickens or what is he doing? Yeah, man, just start, bro. Just start. You need to start today. I don't want to play the sumo, dude. I'm getting a little tired, guys. 5 minutes, okay. Tom DeBlas explains why one's grappling. He explains why athletes may be released at their consecutive losses. One championship not doing well. UFC not doing well. What did Tom DeBlas have to say? Where's his post at? It says one match, one chance. One features one grappling match per card. That scarcity means every selection carries huge weight. Every one of them is either number one in their weight class or among the best in the world. So they have Ty, they have Ty, Cade, Giancarlo, Lovato. They got Lovato, Cole, Dante, Helena, Fabricio Andre. So, listen, they ready to cut you at a heartbeat. They ready to cut. They're ready to cut everybody at a heartbeat. So, so I don't have the finances right now. Listen, bro, YouTube University, bro. Just start with the basics. YouTube University, man. Listen, Josiah, I ain't got patience, bro. You got to start, bro. Start something. Some push-ups, some sit-ups, air squats, a little bit of yoga. Start something. Start somewhere. Start walking. We got Fionn returns. She's going to Masters Worlds. I believe she's Masters 1. So it's easy to forget, but, you know, Fionn's a 2-time IBJJF world champion, so she's going to do well regardless. It says Jax Forrest's top Ben & Jerry's flavors. He says number 1 is Give Me S'mores. Yeah, start shrimping, bro. Shrimp, reverse shrimp. Peanut butter half-baked. All right, that might be pretty good. Netflix and chill. Which one is that? Americoned. Ooh, that sounds good. And salted caramel core. I wish I could eat some of this stuff, but those calories. Don't look at the calorie count, guys.
Of top 5 Ben & Jerry's flavors in order.
So 1 is Gimme S'mores. It's my go-to. I had it last night, actually. 2 is the peanut butter half-baked.
That's
3,
number 1.
That one. Those, depending on the day, those ones are swappable for sure. Number 3 is Netflix and chilled. Number 4, the Americone Dream. And then number 5 is going to be the salted caramel core. I've eaten probably about every Ben & Jerry there is. Cherry Garcia is a big one. I'm not a fan of that one. What is it? Chunky Monkey or something? That one, it's like banana and walnut. Not my type. Like, if I'm eating ice cream, I want all the sugar and all the good stuff as possible. I don't want any bananas or cherry or any of that kind of stuff. And it's not just Ben & Jerry's. Like, I love like ice cream bars, cones, softs. I love all kind of ice.
Let me send that to my man Evan. Where's Evan at? I'm sending it. Wait, please.
Ice cream. So it's like once I got it, it's not one thing I got to cut out. It's probably about 10 different kinds of ice cream. Can't even go in the ice cream section at Walmart or anything.
I need a ranking of.
There you go, guys. Ice cream's the secret if you guys want to get good, like Jax Forrest. You need to eat ice cream. How would you define a McDojo? Well, everything nowadays.
A McDojo now.
I came down to like 5 different things that seemed to be in agreement with most everybody, which was don't lie about your belt rank and your fight record. It's the first conversation you're going to have when someone walks through your door.
Yeah.
Like, hey, why should I pay you money? Because I have these credentials. And if you lie about that, you'll probably lie about anything else, right? Unsafe training practices, which we still see today, and people are okay with it, which is ridiculous. Like, Somebody will stand there and the coach tries to punch them in the head to condition their brain. No, that doesn't work that way, stupid. Shady business practices. If someone goes to a martial arts school and the instructor says, we're going to charge $1 million a month. Okay, don't pay it. Right? Don't pay it. That's what they feel their value is. You don't want to pay it, or maybe their value isn't that, but they're honest with you. Okay, cool. They're honest with you. But let's say they're like, all right, it's only $9.99 a month. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you this when you signed up, but once you reach the next belt, you have to get an entire new uniform, an entire new rash guard kit. You got to get new gloves. Oh, and then by the way, you're going to have to pay us now for monthly subscription fees. And then, like, that's bullshit.
Right.
If they're upfront with you, whatever the price is, the price is. That's their prerogative. But if they lie to you about it, or they try to steal from you, that's a problem. That's a shady business practice. Mislabeling techniques and like no-touch knockouts. If you want to do cardio kickboxing, do it. Who gives a shit if you're going to be a good kickboxer? That doesn't matter. It's not why you're doing it. I always love that heckling crap that people do online. Or like, that'd never work on the street. Like, yeah, washing dishes would never work on the street either, but I still have to do it. I didn't talk about sexual offenders. That was the thing. So anyone who is a sex offender should not be in the martial arts industry. I think that's extremely important. The martial arts industry as a whole, got a little trigger going.
All right, guys.
How would you
McDojos? Yeah, I mean, a lot of McDojos out here. A lot of McDojo. We're gonna skip through a lot of stuff. Let's just go. Let's just go to this one. That's gonna be it. We saw this video before, and not even gonna. Actually, maybe we should play one more time.
Derek Moneybird. Have you seen this fucking Derek Moneybird fella?
Oh, is he the jiu-jitsu guy?
Yeah, got his black belt in 3.5 years.
Right. Is he legit? Because he's with legit people. So I can't
think
imagine.
Jake Shields is savage. Like, all the respect.
And Jake says he's legit?
I think Jake gave him his black belt.
Well, then he's legit. There's no way. I know Jake. There's no way. Jake is, his jiu-jitsu is top of the food chain.
Yeah.
And I know Gordon is trained with him. I know all these other people train with him.
Danaher was over there with him.
I haven't heard anybody say anything negative. Someone who is like super rich, which apparently this guy is, who trains with the best trainers in the world and actually puts the time in every day. It's super easy to dismiss someone because they're rich.
Yeah, background checks, especially if you have kids training.
Have you seen this fucking...
Let's read a couple comments, and I'm going to dip, guys. I got to get some food and get ready to train later. Says people aren't dismissing Moneybird because he's rich. They're dismissing him because he's an obvious scam artist. Joe Rogan can't see that. He too rich, man. That money be changing your outlook on life real quick. People change up when they get that money. I also seriously doubt Moneybird is really that rich, seeing as he presents himself as a poor person's rich or idea of a rich guy. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not looking at his bank account. Joe Rogan don't sell out. I think when you get $100 million, that's the definition of selling out. 99% of influencers that portray themselves as rich are just scraping by, trying to go viral and monetize. What's sad is kids thinking they can be influencers as a career. Because all it takes is one Bugatti. Fake it long enough to get one Bugatti. Start a course and the sky's the limit. Said, when you look at older people who have actual wealth, it's not flash and IG reels, it's investment portfolios and fine art. Yeah, but how many people can afford to have all those BJ guys come? If you pay them $500, they might go to your house. I don't know. Them dudes are underselling themselves. How many of those BJ guys come and personally train him and suck him off? He supposedly only offered Craig Jones $2,500 to visit. Moneybirg is either I can't even talk. Moneybirg is either a once in a generation prodigy, or Jake and friends are cheaply bought. I think that's the case. Looking at some of the other stuff Shields has been caught up with recently, my money is on the latter.
Have you seen this fucking
is he legit?
Stop playing it. Sometimes I click off on Instagram by accident. No rich person is teaching people how to get rich. If they really knew how to consistently make money, they'd just be doing that. Exactly. People who are amazing at investing run hedge funds. At worst, they just invest their own money. They definitely don't make most of their money running courses for the non-rich. He's not rich. He's rich like a SoundCloud rapper is rich. I think Joe knows absolutely nothing at all about the situation and doesn't care. None of these people care. Riding the fence since he knows the fighters coaching guy, the fighter guy. Yeah, Jake Shields basically. Joe Rogan shields for scam artists all the time. Real recognize real, or in this case, grift recognizes grift. Says, I'll point out that Higan Machado is as legit as they come, yet he trains with and endorses the Systema guy. Yeah, Higan is the worst Machado. We like John Jack. That's the only Machado we really like. Maybe Carlos Machado, but not Higan. Says Higan would even promote people that drop in if they are famous enough. My man would not miss any photo opportunity. I know all of those A-list celebs, and he was embarrassed about the whole thing. He says, I know one of those A-list celebs, and he was embarrassed. This isn't something new to the sport. The Gracies also used to promote their rich/lawyer friends much faster than others. Higan grew up with the Gracies and is related to them by blood. I believe they're cousins. He is just taking the family tradition to the next level. Says for real, the black belt has been sold for a long time for connections and notoriety. Well, the Gracies aren't everybody. You know, there was other people that were training jiu-jitsu before and after the Gracies that, you know, legit as anything. More legit than the Gracies. I mean, there's still no proof that the Gracies studied with Mitsu Maeda, or Count Maeda, as they say. In fact, I don't think they did train with Maeda. They just grifted. They've been grifting since the beginning. Says, I'll say what I said on the same post in the Rogan sub before it got removed. Reminds me of the movie Red Belt. This is less about one guy's belt and more about how a martial art with a supposedly strong moral code responds when money, influence, and celebrity enters the room. I hate to see the work my training partners and coaches put in get seemingly delegitimized. I hate the modern timeline where money, influence, and celebrity are glorified, and I hate the fact that the next generation is being influenced not by wisdom, philosophy, and morality, but instead by the aforementioned money, influence, and celebrity. When I look at my family and the next generation, I'm at a loss sometimes. The currency of respect is changing. It's not about the grind anymore. It's about shortcuts, buying followers, buying airtime, manipulation through public relations. At least for me, it's demoralizing. Joe Rogan also said Ronda Rousey would beat Floyd in a fight. Jake Shields isn't legit, though. Jake Shields' credibility is for sale. Funny enough, Jake only caused a stir in the BJJ community for his selling of the black belt, not the I didn't know he was a denier and blatant racist ideas. Well, because the jiu-jitsu people like that part. They like the denial, the Holocaust, and the racist stuff. We got a lot of jiu-jitsu people that support that. That's a topic for another day, though. I hated Jake Shields before it was cool. Dude stuck his fingers in GSP eye socket. Oh, no, he did that. Those eye injuries are for real. My gym is full of socialists, only overly social when they should be doing what I told them. What does that mean? I stopped taking Joe seriously about anything years ago. For me, it was the Ronda stuff. It annoyed me to no end for someone who is a martial artist to disrespect other martial arts trained professionals by saying that she could beat trained men. I don't want to get into that. Bring back the Joe that called out Carlos Mencia. Joe's not the same. When he got that $100 million, that was it, guys. That told you everything you needed to know. When they gave him $100 million, the old Joe Rogan's gone. He don't exist no more. Says the core value of BJJ is live sparring. This scam artist hasn't done any rounds against people he isn't paying $500 or whatever an hour to be there. The videos I've seen of him are ridiculous, like the butterfly sweep into a rear naked choke. That isn't even a sequence you're hitting on anyone past 2 weeks of jiu-jitsu experience. Well, it is a move, but the way he did it was not good. He's a con man. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. My voice about to go. We should be back on this week. We should be all good. I believe Friday might be a later day. And I really want to open up the weekends, so possibly that might be happening soon. But otherwise, hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. Oh, wait, we got Alex. What's she got to say? Listen to what she got to say.
In Aquarius tomorrow, so I decided to sign up for ADCC Vegas, even though I'm totally not ready for my first time doing an ADCC Open in the intermediate division. But we're gonna go for it anyway. I was confident that I was gonna wear this fit from Street X. Then I came home to a package that is like the size of what I thought was a piece of furniture, and no, it is just a whole bunch of stuff from Level Black. So we're gonna go through it now. Maybe I won't be wearing Street X and I'll be trying on one of these Level Black. Let's take a look at the first option. Obviously seeing some cheetah print and in black, big fan. I am still a white belt though, so this feels like a lie, and I'm happy they sent me the white version. What are we liking more, the white or the black? I think I like the black more, but because it's white belt Wendling taking over the intermediate division, I feel like maybe I should wear the white. White fit number 2 has some cool detail, teal blue. You know how people joke about girlfriends always stealing their boyfriend's oversized hoodies? Level X Black just sent me 3 different pairs of hoodies. Don't need no man when you got Level X Black taking care of you. Oh my gosh, I love this. Hell yeah. All right, guys, let me know which fit you think I should wear tomorrow. Bye.
Awesome. Shout out to Alex. She's doing good work. Also, remember, if you can, donate to Heath Pedigo. He had an eye injury, so there's a GoFundMe link pinned at the top there if you guys want to donate. I did donate. I showed that I donated, right? So I try to lead by example, and that's basically it. If you guys want to support the channel, just tell people about the live stream. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So yeah, you guys can like the videos and just tell people about the live stream. So we'll be on Monday through Friday, maybe the weekend. I want to get to the weekend, and I'm aiming for 3 hours now. We're trying to get to 3 hours. Built myself slowly. If you guys are new to the live stream, I used to do 1 hour, then built myself to 2 hours, then to 3 hours now. So that's my goal. And as always, I like hanging out with you guys, but we've got to be respectful. I try to be respectful to you guys. I shouldn't be too hard on you guys, but also be respectful to me as well. So that's basically it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. And today is Mat Side Monday, Magic Monday. Go get some training in. If you can't be at the gym, you work out at home. Do something at home. Shrimp, air squat, whatever you got. Go do something for me, okay? That's it, everybody. See ya tomorrow.